We are recording. Hey guys, session 67. We already got 10 minutes into this and realized the mic wasn't on. So, you missed all our scorpion jokes.
Rip.
But it's fine.
Or is it?
Andy.
They were pretty good. We were very informative. We're thinking about starting a documentary. A documentary based on our opinions of the world.
Those documentaries.
Those documentaries. There are many. Yeah, so let's go ahead and recap again. What happened last session?
Well, there was lots of broing down.
Some sexual tension.
Oh yeah.
They
Beer polishing.
did stuff. Yeah.
Polishing?
Spear
Yeah.
polish.
Oh. Polishing off some beers.
That was probably involved too.
And alcohol.
There were some tattoos gotten.
What
Branded.
tattoos did you actually get? I forgot.
I got an Aquila or something. Or a
On your
purity
fleshy
seal.
hand.
Yeah, I got Aquila's on my hand. Except it was only one of them.
Because you got your metal one.
Yeah.
I thought
It's all
the
bandaged up.
Aquilas were brands, and you got separate tattoos.
I got a
These
purity
tattoos-
seal.
You can do like whatever tattoos or brands you want.
I got a
Like,
purity seal.
doesn't matter. But she decided to get a brand for the Aquila to
Right.
show.
I was just. Yeah. I
Oh.
thought that iteration was branded rather than tattooed by VR. Because VR.
You did it.
Yeah. So.
You're correct.
Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, Liara did give her tattoos.
And you learned how to make purity seals.
I did. I learned some things.
The wax them.
And was it you that helped with researching stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't want to bond at all.
Yeah.
We had, like, necessary dialogue.
That's not bonding.
It was bonding for Joss.
Joss has pretty low standards for
It's true.
bonding.
Yeah. That counts for something, I guess.
Well,
She thinks you're friends.
this is actually.
Oh.
So this is fine because we're gonna say that Regis is still wrapping up some surgeries, and so while you guys were on the firebrand ship, I really, I don't want to take too much time with this because we have a lot to get through, but for like the 8 days that you've been on the ship so far with the firebrands, is there anything that you wanted to point out as stuff that you would have been interested in doing?
Would have loved to seen all of the different stuff that they would let me see.
The tech.
The religious stuff.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
They have a very expensive library, a lot of sacred texts. They've got a lot of relics. Some of them are on display. There's a vault, which obviously you don't have clearance for. And everybody's been very welcoming. Actually, it's been like very different from Anvil. These guys, everybody's family, but no one's related, kind of thing.
Nice.
And so, yeah, everybody is expected to pitch in and work. So you guys would have also like basically been given chores and stuff to do. Like, here, help out, pitch in, because that's just kind of the nature of these people.
My labor.
Yeah.
Labor's fine. Yeah, that would have been really cool for Jasper. He would have been super into it. That's awesome.
Awesome. We will continue forth then. Did you name your contact?
I think I did last session, but I don't know if I wrote it down.
Oh, the cook.
Yeah.
Friar Hugo.
Why is he a
He used to be cleric.
Friar Boy RD.
That's annoying.
What? What's his name?
Friar Boy RD.
His name is...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you found it.
No.
I'm still waking up
It's all good.
at 7:30 at night. You don't have to know.
Okay, I'll pick one.
In fact, we can just do this next session. I just want you to be able to have your interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys had already had your interaction with the Astropath.
It wasn't great.
Yeah. It was.
Sorry.
You sounded like Emperor Palpatine.
He has the power to save the ones we love.
Oh, I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at this point, Captain Everdeen, he links up with you all, and he's like, Bishop Red Bolt is going to meet us in munitions. Now tell me, what news have you of Anvil? You mentioned a few things, if I remember. Dark.
Imprisoning me.
I was going to read too much.
No, wrong one.
Yeah, tell me about Anvil.
Did you say your name's Bishop Red Bull?
No. We're going to go meet with Bishop Red Bolt.
Red Bull or Bolt?
Bolt.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
I feel like it's just a
kidding.
knockoff.
I'm just trying to have cool NPC names.
Cody tries to be creative. Boo!
The deepest circle of hell is reserved for betrayers and mutineers.
Wow.
And then there's people who hate on NPCs, which is the 10th circle of hell.
What's the news on Anvil?
I would almost.
He doesn't know much about Anvil.
Yeah, that's probably something that one of you two should deliver because you guys are the firebrands. We're just.
Okay, but you've been entrenched in it. I was gone for 6 months.
Oh dang!
I've been on for 10 years.
For 10 years, that's how long you're in that thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also gone for 6 months. So,
Fine.
suck
All
a
right.
butt.
You
I'm just
sucker.
gonna say the military situation on Anvil is pretty dire. All our major military units are pretty separated into different cities. Lots of cities are trying to fight against infection right now because there will be outbreaks in the cities and they try and suppress them, and that's taken down a couple. The tech armies, the Scutari, and those guys are doing pretty good. Before, by pretty good, I mean better than the humans.
They're human.
Ish.
Ish.
They are human. They're just more machine now.
They're Darth Vader.
Twisted and normal.
Before we left, we were trying to get more things moving. We did take back one of the anvils. Was it a great forge or a minor forge or a lesser forge?
It was Lester Forge.
Yeah, we took back a lesser forge. We invented these freaking monocles or whatever scanners to see if people were infected with the virus. But since we've been out there, we found out that they don't actually work anymore.
They
Oh,
do, but
out
they
of
don't
game,
catch
yeah.
everything.
So what it is they're just mutating away from,
what that was catching.
and there's a cinematic reason for that.
Okay.
Boo, cinema.
And that,
So
I
it
was
was
gonna say,
great.
there's also issues with demons on the planet, or not demons, but demon hosts. And I guess someone's developing an army of them to try and combat someone.
An
There's-
Inquisitor.
Oh, the Dark
is
Inquisitor. Yeah,
developing.
tell me more about the Dark Inquisitor.
Oh, Alvis.
Oh.
Who was that? I don't know Alvis very well.
Alvis was my original Inquisitor. I am the only current member of the Acolyte team left. Everyone else here showed up later.
He's part of a different acolyte.
He was
He's
he was
the
a
OG.
Pastolite.
Pastolite.
Get out.
You're
The
fine.
session is over.
Bye. Yeah, he looks back to you and he's like, I know of these gene stiller abominations that you speak of. And also Dark Inquisitors are very dangerous. You're going to need my every assistance. Tell me how you've prepared.
Do I have those notes or just
Oh, like the stuff we were doing to prep for that?
like our planning sessions?
Yes.
Well, we covered part of it. We've already started
Yeah.
with handling the gene stealer.
We
issue.
basically have two separate military forces right now. In the basement of the planet, we have the Death Corps of Krieg, and we have a giant knight with them. Is it an Imperial knight? Is that what it was?
You don't have Death Corps with your refugees.
No.
But that's
Not
what I'm
with
saying.
the
It's
refugees.
a
There's two
separate
different, yeah.
fighting
So there's those
force.
guys down there. Oh yeah,
There's
a-
multiple guard regiments down there.
Oh really? It's not just Death Corps.
Well, you've got the Death Corps, there's the Cadians, there's the Elysians. The Elysians were about jacked.
Oh yeah, I was like, I thought they were all dead.
Because they're
And then
already.
There's a couple other regiments,
Okay.
but those are spoilers.
Ooh.
So yeah, we have I guess a few guard regiments down in the bottom of the planet. Because also we did find some, I guess, xenos. They're called Necrons, which I'm not super familiar with. But
It's a
Jasper
problem.
is.
It's a
It's a lot to discuss in one sitting, but it's a concern.
basically we're working with Magos Cassix to supply personnel.
Who's that?
He's a Magus from the.
He's the
Mm,
head
Advil.
Magus on the Forge World.
He's the head Magus on the Forge
Isn't he an
World.
Inquisitor too?
No,
No.
Okay.
no,
But
because
he
he's
was
Advil.
friends with Alvis, which is.
He does
its
have
own
Inquisition
concern.
ties.
Yeah.
Apparently, Admech can't be Inquisitors.
Oh.
That's a recent bit of knowledge.
It's
Can't they like work
Debatable
with
piece
them,
of
but they're not
knowledge.
like officially.
no. There's an excerpt in Dark Heresy Ascension that I found where Magos is dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and therefore will not pursue being an Inquisitor. I think anything is possible.
Anyways, we're working on mass producing the scanners and updating them to match the DNA. And so we've taken over a lesser forge for that.
So you said that they're changing though.
Yeah.
They're mutating, yes. So we've got a recently dead body.
Could mean Hive Fleet's drawn closer. Or I don't know if you know about their generation cycles, but when they get to the 4th generation, they can more closely mimic their host. But yeah, if they're altering on like a biological level to be more infiltratey, there is that. But also, if they're not showing up on the scanners, there is a possibility that they were just hypnotized.
You be hypnotized?
Interesting.
On a scanner?
No.
You wouldn't have the gene stealer gene. You would be hypnotized.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And they can do that in
Yeah,
mass.
wait.
Interesting.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like,
There's an in-character thing.
uh-huh.
I was like, would my character have gotten that the first time?
Oh.
But
What else? Oh, also, it honestly would be easier just to torch the whole planet. But apparently there was a prophecy that if the planet falls, then the rest of
Wait.
the... What?
That was Deco knew that.
Did we? I thought he told everyone.
I told the group. I also told the
It's been
astropath.
generically
Okay,
shared.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been
Cool.
really bad if that died with Deco.
I was like,
Yeah.
did he tell
I
us?
was like, I'm pretty sure I told
There
you
was
this.
so much that happened with Deco and Titus that
Mhm.
y'all just didn't share. You just sat on it. You're just like, oh, okay, cool.
Titus was kind of a jerk.
Deco, just a bunch of stuff. Whoop.
Well, except also, like, you told us stuff as Deco that was like, oh, you probably shouldn't be saying that out loud.
So crazy.
There's a
So,
demon that puts keys in my brain.
Oh, that's
yeah, thanks for passing.
Oh,
that
we'll
on, by the
have
way.
fun burning in the fires of my flame, I guess.
The fires of my flamers.
Anyways, we're also trying to go down to the depths because there's a forge down
I don't know
there.
what the depths are.
It's the lower, like
Inner
the
parts of the planet.
extra lower level of the planet towards the core. It's pretty rough down there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
One of
Okay.
his layers is very deep layer. Like onion.
Like onions.
Like,
Well, whenever we finish with this next mission, if you would like to know more about the beasts that you were hunting, you can speak to Barbaros. He'll have the information that you're looking for. Don't tell the Inquisition though. They've burned too many worlds just because they knew too much. Best to disguise what you know in the name of preservation. Can't hang our coats before the xenos hatches, right?
I'm really digging firebrands right now.
And then
I spelled it Tyrannoid.
the team, you guys, Tyrannoids, you guys are going up this I don't know, just this little access corridor, and you come to an old man wearing humble but dirty robes, and he's just on his knees in the walkway, scrubbing the floor with like a dirty bristled brush, with a battered iron bucket that looks like it had a lot of different uses in the past, and it's just sloshing with like this dark water. And this dude looks up at you guys as you approach, and he's got these hollow gray eyes, and his head is covered with lightly covered wrappings that have a brown spot in the center that looks kind of like dried blood. And Aberdeen goes, Nicodemus, we've talked about this. You needn't worry about troubling yourself with the work of servitors and the penitent. Aberdeen says this as he helps him to his feet. And Nicodemus looks at him and says, Aberdeen, I am penitent. And he looks at you all and he says, cling to your faithful ignorance. I support the ecclesiarchy, mostly because I know for certain the alternative is damnation. And
That's not the
he
name of the astropath, isn't it?
No.
Right? Okay.
This guy drifts off into dark mutterings, and he picks up the bucket and walks the other way. And as he gets further out of sight, Aberdeen's like, the man's actually our navigator. And he sees the warp only in trauma. It's actually really sad. Apparently every time he looks, it takes a price. And you guys kind of reflect on like how you had seen him earlier, and he looks, well, he looks like he's like 240, and Aberdeen's like, yeah, he's just in his 80s, but he looks much older if you ask me. And he wipes his hands on a handkerchief, and he hands it to this man who's been accompanying you all. And you know his name to be Charles. And Aberdeen goes, enough of that talk, though. You know what they say about the warp. If you look too hard, it'll remember you.
Yucky.
And then he says, Charles, where's my box? I need to get in communication with the bridge. We need to have the crew assist in monitoring this mission. Also, I need wine, but not too much. I have guests, you know. The bishop will mean well, but she's young, eagerly setting her foundation. I find it best to let her lead in her role. I will not be accompanying you in the extraction of the excavation team, but if you need me, I will make a point to be available. Charles interrupts at this point and says, Sir, you've got a block of 4 hours soon to study the Great Rift. And Aberdeen cuts him off and says, don't cut me off, Charles. We are gentlemen, not savages. I won't be on comms for a brief spell, though. I have an engagement with the observatory, with our navigator to study the rift. Rare to get this close, you know.
Isn't the rift kind of dangerous?
It's terribly dangerous.
Abomination.
And then he like turns back around. He says, Charles, make sure I don't miss my appointment. Also, where's my wine? You know I don't like to observe the warp sober.
That's fair.
And then he pauses in front of a bulkhead door and he says, anyway, here's the munitions deck. Daniela will be waiting for you. Bishop Red Bull. Charles, why are you standing there? Get the lift. And
Charles.
he says, absolutely right away, sir. Good luck, Acolytes. I'm not fond of space hulks. Lost my leg in one. Never did find it. And everybody goes, Charles. And he says, yes, sir. Apologies. And he turns and runs off.
Is Charles like Mr. Swain?
Mm-hmm.
And
Never did find that.
And Aberdeen goes, Josh, Crisis, friends, don't you dare let your guard down in there. You are the secret but rare treasures of the Imperium. I am certain of that. There is a time for diplomacy and a time for warriors. Keep your bolters close and know what hat is needed. Space hulks are unpredictable. What would take a lifetime to explore, we often hope to salvage from in days. Much can go unplanned from these scenarios. Daniela speaks up as from behind the team as she's come up the hallway, and she says, Captain, shall I take these sinners away now?
Oh yes, you can take those 3.
wow.
She's just making lighthearted jokes. And I don't know.
Cool.
You said we're at the munitions.
Yeah, you are at the munitions place.
What? Oh.
I am hoping my document updated. Yeah, so she just comes over and she kind of looks you all up and down, and she notices you, and she says, "You look like you carry a great weight with you, brother. Am I right? What's your path, might I ask? You look to carry the weight of 100 lifetimes."
Yeah, it's just this
Am I right?
giant bolter and plasma cannon strapped to my back. They're heavy.
Oh, it's a pun.
He just takes things really literally.
Yeah, no.
Oh, your tracks.
Yeah, she looks at you next, and
It was the weight of human lives. You have like 80,000 people. I know. Okay.
It's called a metaphor.
Okay. I get it.
Does
It
Terrigen know High Gothic? Maybe he doesn't know what a metaphor is.
she just goes ahead and continues, and she says, finding relics in our day has not been as easy as it was in the days of St. Petra before the Great Rift.
Totally.
But so we're hoping to go ahead and save this team. We want to get all the equipment and stuff off as well. So anyway, we've stopped off at munitions. If any of you need to rearm or anything, that is fine and expected. And she's like, I'm going to introduce you to Ephraim Nihilus and Barbaros Markov, and they should be right inside here.
I didn't bring a pencil.
Uh-oh.
I got you.
Oh, everyone's got you.
Yeah, she goes in and there is like a desk, but it's more of a small room, and there's stuff like strapped to the walls and a couple tables, and then there's a little room in the back of the little room. And this guy heard her coming in, and she's like, "Yes, I'm Ephraim Nihilus, collector of the reclaimed. Are you in need of our holy assistance?"
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You certainly look like it.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you. Do flamers work in space?
Wow, that's a good question, actually.
No, they don't.
Well, I'm not going. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, and so Danielle speaks up at this point. She's like, "Well, just so you all know, there will be like pressure sealed holes and stuff that we're working with. I know that the excavation team had issues with the hangar, but once you get past that, you should be fine."
Okay, I'm back on the team.
Do you guys have any plasma flasks at all?
We do, actually. And I want to let you all know, we are happy to help, but there is a price. You must leave a unique item of equal value to gain what you seek. That being said, replacements on ammo and stuff, we can accept thrones for those.
If you don't have a lot
I'll
of money, I can
take
come
another
with you.
canister for my flamer.
Perfect. Just one?
I
You put it
just-
that way.
I just need one more right now, but I might come back once this trip ends.
Perfect.
Cody, you're the perfect merchant. Like, they're just gonna get one. No, I want 10.
Let me introduce you to my friend. He has connections on how to make you succeed in life.
Oh,
5 gold. Or 10, I don't know what the price is, probably like 20 gold.
I thought it was free.
Yeah, give them.
I thought they paid me.
Of equal value.
I didn't want to take too much money from them, so I just got one.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, because I used half a plasma.
Well, I guess that would
flask.
be different for you because you are a
Yeah,
firebrand.
you
That's
work
true.
there.
Yeah. By the way, look at what the freak I found. Little teeny little D20. Little cutie.
It is tiny.
That is crazy. Hey, roll it and multiply it by 3, and it'll be our alternate crit.
Okay.
Might not
That
work because the
doesn't
highest
work.
number is 60.
That didn't work. Maybe multiply it by 4.
6.
Why don't we just roll the normal dice?
Hey, you shut your mouth.
Oh,
Shut your whore mouth.
I got 76.
I rolled 40.
no.
76 is the alternate crit.
Oh, it's always 76.
It was 72 last time. Actually, last 2 times.
What items do you have that you would consider trading for a unique item of equal value? If you don't mind me asking, because that doesn't seem like something you'd ask for ammo.
Well, we carry a lot of standard stuff, which is standard issue, but we also carry specialist weapons, relics, sanctified weapons,
Oh wow.
Oh, what is that?
and stuff that just very rare, but that's why it's a trade value. Because selling stuff that is priceless,
Right.
isn't really going to gain profit. But if you trade a priceless for a priceless,
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything that would be priceless to you guys, but I'll keep a lookout.
Yourself.
You can have me, and they'll just take whatever weapon they want. 1/2 ration.
On one half of the note, any extra bolter pistol clips would be handy. 1 or 2 per gun would be nice. I am very poor.
We can help you.
I have money.
I also have money.
Yes, but... Oh yeah, that's fair.
I probably have more than you.
But you are a woman.
But do you have more in heart?
Who cares?
Oh, I did.
What a beautiful conversation.
ironically, I can't find the ammo.
Hey, while you're looking...
There it is.
Oh,
No, it's
there you
not.
go. Wait, are you looking for the one that's in Dark
What
Heresy?
the heck? Yeah, why can I not find the ammo? I know this book so well.
Oh,
But
yeah,
apparently,
that sounds
oh,
like
there it is.
pen friendly.
Aha!
Maybe 50.
Yeah, you're just gonna get standard bolt shells.
Yes, please. Unless there's something fancier.
What's your clip size?
It's 24
Wow.
Oh,
per gun. Yep.
okay.
Do either of them
16
have-
thrones per bolt shot.
It's
Alright.
expensive.
16 times 48.
That's a lot of money.
It's
okay.
not that
Yeah,
much
you're gonna need
for,
It's
384.
Oh, chump change.
For 24?
For
For 48.
Oh.
48 times 16.
Times 6?
That's gotta be more. That's almost like
480.
Maybe I did 24.
that's like
So,
720
48
something.
times
Is it 16?
16. Sorry, 768. I did it for 24.
Still, chump
Yeah.
change.
Wow. We were all very generous.
I
I have like
So you pay for that?
no money.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a separate note, if you guys wanted to do ammo stuff, I might want to talk about the potential of having a relic used, but I didn't want to get anyone's way first.
No, Oh, yeah. Can I just get 2 plasma flasks and then my heavy bolter is full, so I don't need anything.
Is this for a basic weapon or a pistol?
It's a plasma cannon, so I don't know if that would be basic.
Oh, like a heavy weapon?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a heavy weapon, but they don't have that listed.
Well, we do have flasks that would work. It is 20 thrones per flask.
Okay.
I don't know why that's so much cheaper than a bolt shell, but
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I mean, they're little explosives. It's probably a pain in the butt to make.
That's
Versus
true.
just energy.
It's old tech.
I guess I'll take 3.
Okay. You get 3.
All right. What else was I gonna ask? Oh, yeah, bolter ammo's expensive. That's okay. I'm good with this.
And then what? Tell me about the relic that you were interested in.
I have no interest in any of your typical relics here, but is there any chance you have maybe some wiring from this ship that I could carry with me? It's kind of tradition to keep a healthy ship with you when you're going onto a dead ship.
Oh.
Some wiring?
Any electrical wiring. This is a nice ship. It's been blessed in many ways.
Yeah, we do. We do have a reel of wire.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just take it with you? And if you use it, great. And if not, you can just bring it back. How many feet do you want?
Just a couple feet.
2 feet?
That's enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they have it there, I would take it and I would just wrap it around my arm.
Okay.
For relics,
Oh, a little narrative superstition. I like it.
do they have any like bolt pistols that are like sanctified?
I'm sure they do. What do you have to trade?
So this is just what I was thinking, because you're already a pretty good shot,
I'm a pretty good shot.
like really good shot, and you have like pretty awesome bolt pistols. But I was thinking we should get you a sanctified one.
What does Sanctified do again?
Good against demons.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
There's custom ones and stuff. Can you hand me the Inquisitor's Handbook?
Yeah.
And then also Demon Hunter,
Yes.
which should be on the shelf behind you.
Yes, you proved to us last time that you're good at doing big bursts of damage. So if we could increase the bigness of your bursts, that would be cool.
And also, just like you're basically not an Inquisitor, an Acolyte still. And I mean, like, bolters are really good weapons, but when we go against Alvis, you're going to need something more.
Alright. I would be honest and say I feel very uncomfortable taking a holy relic onto one of these death ships.
Are you uncomfortable with the entire concept, or uncomfortable with you doing it personally? Because my flamer is holy.
Both. I trust you.
Like, you're scared of losing it?
Yeah.
I see.
That would be just the most dishonorable thing that I could potentially do here.
Well, I respect your feeling, so we will not do that. Maybe consider it after the mission.
That seems like a pretty fair deal.
I was thinking the same thing.
I would not dare.
I didn't even think about losing that on the ship. That actually really
What is the stats on your bolt pistol?
Just in general,
Mhm.
it's got range 30 meters, rate of fire S/2/dash nothing.
Yeah.
Pen 4, damages D10 plus 5. Reload is full. It's got tearing, and they both have red dot sights on them, which is nice.
Gosh,
like
Can I see Demon Hunter now?
Oh, yeah.
And then Blood of Martyrs, which is also right behind there.
So this is what I was just thinking, and this is what I guess Terrigen would say, is just, I totally understand your respect for those weapons, because they are holy, but we're at kind of like a time where we kind of need everything we can get, you know? And like, personally, I think we're probably going to die.
We will.
But I think we need to at least do our best.
That's what I'm concerned about. I feel like if I'm going to waste my life, I'd rather not waste such a just important relic.
If we waste our life, but we cleanse the planet, it won't be a waste. You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused. None of us are going to die.
I've seen the insides of these ships before already,
Oh.
and I'm much more worried about this moment than anything we saw on the planet. Except for the demon host, that was pretty scary. But
So,
this is concerning.
what exactly are these ships? What do they have on them? Or, general big concept?
Do you know much about Space Hulks?
Dead ships.
Sometimes
They're like floating, they're floating war wreckages, and you can literally, they could have anything inside of them.
Those are big, and sometimes they have nasty surprises, like freaking gene stealers. Or,
Well, I hope it's demons.
I feel I hope they're miracle demons.
Demons are easiest to handle.
If you're saying this
If
out
you have a
loud, I'm
blessed
having a panic
flame.
attack.
Oh, this is what I'll say for trade. Like, I don't know if this would be like sacred or special enough for a weapon of that magnitude.
Here, have my arm.
No.
That's a well superior touch.
I have this blade that I've had with me since, like, even before I joined the Crimson Guard. It's called a Venerator Blade.
Ooh.
It's been passed down to me from my papa from when he was in the Crimson Guard.
The Venerator Blade. That is a rare relic indeed.
And you're just gonna...
Gives plus 15 to your weapon skill when you attack.
Wow, I'll take it. You know, there's...
But I'm just talking to you before we leave, because I might need it on the ship, but when we come back, that would be something I'm willing to trade. And the other thing, the only other reason he'd be willing to give that is because Terrigen thinks we're going to die on that planet, and he doesn't want that blade to disappear on the planet, since his family's dead.
Oh no.
It's pretty easy to not have it be dead.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Having your family dead in this universe is like not an edgy background.
No, it's not. I
It's
think
just like,
everyone's
that's
family's
still
dead.
right.
Yeah. My family's dead? Your family's dead.
I'm pretty sure that the
Martha.
Firebrands
Mom's
killed my
name is
family when
Martha. My mom's name is Martha.
Martha!
Stupid.
The only thing I liked about that Batman is that he shot people. That really caught me off guard. He's brand.
Bolt pistols, honestly, pretty much do the same in all the books. So you probably already have better bolt pistols than what you could get normally.
They're good enough.
Alright.
Yeah, okay. That's
Cool.
fine.
Well, then we shall
Let's bounce.
move forward, right? Cool. There was like some information about the fire because you were really interested in their culture. There was information that I wanted to share. I worry that I'm dialoguing too much, and I just kind of want to get forward and do the gaming part. And some of this I can save for later dates or interests if you have them. Or I can just go through just a little bit real quick.
Flavor.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Flavor?
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Hit us up.
Yeah, so as you guys are like talking about relics and you're kind of admiring some of the stuff, Daniela, she's like, yeah, finding relics in our day has not been as easy as it was in the days of St. Petra before the Great Rift. Now we mostly aid in the ecclesiarchy in confidentiality, purging heretics, mutants, xenos, witches, and demonic cults alike. We are small in number, though, so it is, of course, on a more elite basis. Because of this, the devout are stirred by their faith and love of the emperor to enact the rite of passage known as the pilgrimage. This is where one of highest faith journeys forth in total compliance to the will of the emperor, and only they know where they are needed, though sometimes it is that is the fact as to why they enact their rite, is to search their purpose. There is no age required, and there's no time frame. It is simply done, kind of like the pilgrimage that you are currently on, and you. Well, are you associated with them anymore? Or, you broke away, but your contact is good, right, or something? I don't know what you did.
I don't remember.
I don't,
Off the
yeah.
top of my brain.
I'm going back to like session 1 because I remember you broke away from the pirates and you were like linking back up with the sororitas ties and stuff, but then I think they just annoyed you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is why I was happy to leave.
Oh, you guys actually suck.
Yeah, and so
less tattoos.
when they return from their pilgrimages, however, it is just asked that they bring something that will benefit their people. Not a common raiding trinket, but something of significance. That's where a lot of these relics do come from, and we do our best to properly maintain them and stuff. Because obviously, we can't replicate now what we could a long time ago. And then that is all that she has to say about that.
I really like that. Like that's cool. The idea that like when someone goes on a pilgrimage, they like come back with something. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was just part of like the whole firebrand thing. It's been a collective idea between the three of us trying to get that fleshed out, but I like them. They're cool, and the book helped. Like it's cool. But yeah, Danielle's like, shall we do our mission briefing?
I'm down.
Perfect. So we're going to be racing against the clock. Our goal is to set off to the Space Hulk within 8 hours. And the intel that we have is the excavation team was in the process of gathering materials. We had that whole ship scouted before we went, and we have different zones that have been mapped out. And so we actually have information on what we're going to be looking at.
Cool.
And so there's different locations, but the locations include a library. There is kind of a hallway balcony that overlooks a roadway system within the ship. There is a medical bay and medical storage areas. There's a cathedral. I already mentioned the library. And then yeah, they did find a storage warehouse that was partially like there was valuable stuff in there. But anyway, they were in the process of gathering materials from the medical storage.
Nice.
They found a rare red marble cut statue of Saint Perturbo. Perturbo is his name. Does anybody have Scholastic Lore Legends?
I do.
Cool.
Nice. You're so smart.
Ooh,
What'd you roll?
57.
What's your intelligence?
43.
You don't have Scholastic Lore Legends plus 20.
No.
You
Wow.
should rub. Just kidding.
So you passed.
No,
No, he's
You didn't?
14
It was
now?
like, yeah.
I wouldn't give you a bonus either.
Heightened intelligence or anything like that. That's okay.
No worries. Cool. Yeah. So you don't know who he is. But yeah, it's red marble, which is incredibly rare. This statue is considered priceless, and so they're willing to go to like any effort to get this back. And they were also retrieving fuel canisters for the ship. And they had been reported as mostly like stuff was mostly delivered to the hangar, but a small group had gone back. A small group had gone back to retrieve some large containers of flamer fuel that they had found along the way.
nice.
And then, the excavation team was having some issues figuring out the moving of the statue. They went with 25 people, and a beacon was activated in the medical storage facility, an emergency beacon, and that's how we know they're in trouble. Communications did not last long. We've hailed them a lot and have gotten nothing. So, the reason the communications had gone bad too was a flare up with an angry machine spirit.
Great.
And then also a call for backup came because the team that had split to package sacred text from the library had gone missing. And so we need to dock and we need to meet up with the team assigned to the fuel. They're the ones who sent the call, and we're supposed to be waiting for us to arrive. And you guys are still here in the munitions area, and she's like, we're gonna go down to the hangar now. We're gonna meet up with the team who actually did the recon. I'm not gonna take risks with going into the unknown. These people have already been there. They already know what's going on, and it was deemed safe. So we're gonna take the same scout team, and it's 10 of my best.
Do you still have those those visors? Scanner. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
You
I-
mean for the
I have descriptions of
gene stealers?
people.
Yeah, we should use that on that scout team.
Yeah, we still have it.
I thought we scanned everyone on the ship.
I mean, not everyone, but just as we
Everyone
were
I
meeting
saw.
people.
As you
Yeah.
mean people, yeah.
Okay.
Just to describe what Danielle looks like. She's a bishop. She does have the pure faith talent. She uses a melter rifle. She's also got a needle pistol. She's got very long, curly green hair. Olive skin with a white aquila tattooed across her neck. And then she's got a nasty scar that runs down her jaw and neck as well. Looks like she took a blow, like kind of like that. And you guys met Cadus Omar last session, right?
Who was he though? I wrote his name down.
I think he greeted you and took you to Aberdeen.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
kind of like their emissary.
Mm-hmm.
He's a priest. But anyway, Cadus Omar, he uses a dual chain staff.
Oh my gosh.
He's got
Darth Maul.
he's got wiry brown hair that juts out on the sides of his head. He's kind of bald on top. And he dons goggles and a respirator
Yeah,
with a
probably.
large air canister on his back, giving him an almost bug-like appearance.
Really?
He's got a hunched back too from reading a lot of text, but he has to be strong to wield a chain staff.
Yeah.
And so as she's going, she's like, she gets you all down to the hangar, and she introduces you all to them. Is there anything that you would like to say with your introduction
Introduction
to this team?
Not in charge.
Cool.
Oh, while we're there and she's introducing them to us, can we just do like a quick scan?
Yeah.
Hello.
Everybody's good.
Everyone's good? Cool.
Arms up, stay still.
She goes, this is Winona Carter. Nope. She's on the ship. Ah! Okay. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, yeah, it looks different than on my phone. This is Hector Speth. He wields an autogun with an exterminator and a telescopic sight.
Oh.
And you can tell this guy's using man-stopper bullets. And so he seems just ready. He's also got a cybernetic eye. He looks about 45, gray, military cut hair. And he likes to make maps. But how do I make that visual? He has a map. I don't know. And then she continues. She's like, "This is Ishtar
What?
Iconica."
Excuse you?
Ishtar Iconica.
Yeah, it's just a lady. She's got a chainsword, a lathe blade, and she's got both of her arms are cybernetic arms that end at her collarbones, and it looks like they can bend both directions just as fine. They're just like specially altered. And this is Russ Grant. He's got a chain axe, las gun, light power armor. He has 2 mag lights. I don't even really need to introduce all these people, but I just made 10 profiles.
Nice.
We've got Cataline Shards, Ash Livingston, Harold White, Henry Bynes, Natalie Watts, Naomi Carter, and Sam Wiles.
Can I do like a scholastic? I have like the war one and the tactical imperialis one. Do these guys look pretty solid?
They look pretty freaking solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catalina, she's got a shock flail. She's got a las gun with a Weber attachment. Ash Livingston, she's a novice psyker from Terra. Harold's got 2 flamer pistols with mono bayonets on each. Henry Bynes, he's got a giant heavy starboard with a backpack-fed belt.
Oh, that is. So
Natalie Watts, she's got a plasma pistol. She has a calf cybernetic, so like her lower leg. She gets introduced as a tactical expert, and she's got. You don't know that. Naomi Carter, she smokes a lot.
That's her.
Piercings in her lips and nose, but she's got a bolt sniper.
Yeah.
Sam Wiles, he's got a hot shot las gun. Has plenty of charge packs to share, is what he says.
Nice.
So the reason why I went into a little more in depth on this is because there could be potential that these could be your firebring contacts.
Yeah.
Later.
I hate that you introduced them because I'm scared some of them are gonna die now.
Yes.
No.
Oh crap. Can I possibly get charge packs before we go?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got some to share.
Perfect.
He throws you two.
Sharing is caring.
Caring is living.
True. Beep. Excuse me?
Not that.
Cool.
Oh.
So the team starts talking to y'all. And who is going to talk to you all?
The team.
Natalie Watts.
The smoker?
No.
Mm.
Nope,
that
she's
was
the-
Naomi.
Novice psyker from Terra.
That's Ash. Sorry.
Gosh, dang it.
I did a lot of names. I tried to make them different. But she starts talking about the ship, and she's like, there's some overall notes for you. You got to be advised that this Space Hulk, while typical of most Space Hulks, there are a couple anomalies. We did encounter a couple gravity fluctuations while we were looking around. The map locations that we have unlocked are the only ones available. Unfortunately, the rest, they're either sealed off by non-pressured bulkheads, or the machine spirits are either too mad or they're just locked. But the area that we have is what we have. We just weren't able to get into other ones. And then there was some 0G events that happened twice to our group. Both times for several minutes, actually. And then there are some preset zones that just seem to have permanent gravity issues. So we predict that there's a lot of issues with sensors and stuff, but there's at least enough power flowing through the ship for whatever reason to keep that going. And then that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm trying to think of a good one. I don't know if I do.
Do you have any possible theories of what they could be having issues with? Any reason that they might be in peril?
Anything could go wrong at that point. They're moving old materials. There could have been an explosion. Like we have not had a report from them. We just know that there are several injuries, and that's pretty much all that we have. But I mean, you can get injured in any number of ways there. And if there was a bad gravity flux, there could be injured. We're expected to have injured. So we are going to be taking some medical equipment with us, a couple stretchers, but I don't know. Hopefully they're still alive.
Do we have our servo skull with us? The one from our ship?
If you want it.
And does it have like a mag light or a lantern built onto it by any chance?
Or
Nothing
easily
utility
attached
oriented?
to it?
It has utility stuff, but not a light.
Could
There's
it?
a candle on top of it.
So typically servo skulls are one purpose oriented,
Like one little job, yeah.
and basically like fancier ones are like two job oriented, and so the Thaddeus skull is more of like just a flash drive for some data,
Yeah.
but it can also assist with utility and kind of not really Medicaid, but like kind of Medicaid.
Yeah.
It can't really assist, but it can tell because Thaddeus has
I can
Medicaid.
do your dummy guide for you.
You're doing it wrong.
No, my left.
I just would also
The other
probably been a little intensively oriented towards getting a lantern of some sort, because I don't really have a light source on.
They can get you that.
Yeah, I have my flamer.
That's a good source.
Cool.
Also, I think my arm lights up when it.
Well, you can use it as a torch.
Flame on!
Your hand just catches fire. Causes one use of your canister.
So, real quick, so from what you're saying, it sounds you guys really think it was an accident. You don't think that there was like any,
Life form.
like xenos, demon.
We didn't encounter
Pirates.
anything. Our Auspex
Pirates.
scanners didn't show up anything. It's not to say there isn't something there. We've encountered terrible things in the past, but we actually felt pretty alright about this, which is why. Well, and also once we saw the statue of Saint Pertibo, we knew that was a reclaim at all costs item.
All right.
Yeah. Do we know much about the ship itself? Like, what kind of ship it was, or is it just trash at this point?
So, Scholastic Lore Legends, you hear the name the Hammer of Scarus.
You want me to roll for it? Rough day. You know what? Just because I'm feeling this one, I'll use one fate point.
Fatish Pointus. You're also using like different dice, aren't you?
There we go.
Nice.
25.
Perfect. The Hammer of Scarus. You're a little bookworm, aren't you?
Yeah.
Originally named the Defiant Retribution, an Imperial Army, M32 era originating Imperial cruiser, was used in the times of the Horus Heresy and later. In M35, it was assigned with a Segmentum Pacificus battle fleet and ended up drifting its way into Segmentum Obscurus as a dying vessel from a mysterious engagement within the Halo Stars. With permissions, it was claimed by Battlefleet Scarus, renamed, and repaired. It served for many millennia until it was claimed by the Anvil Schism and lost on the outer reaches of System 311. The war was so exhaustive that retrieval efforts were never really made, and it's recorded in the last entry. And this is this part of the information is what this team was also able to recover, because you wouldn't have known this. But one of the last entries that they did find was that Renegade Admech bombarded the ship with scrap code, boarded and executed everyone they could find aboard, and then the ship was left dangerous and uninhabitable.
So that's why the machine spirits are pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Quite pissed.
So it was primarily a military ship for, we're 8,000 years. That would make me sad. It's a nice old ship.
Would there be any possible way, like if we encountered angry machine spirits and that's potentially why this other part of the crew is having problems, is there a way for us to counter that?
I can talk to him.
Hey, we don't have our tech priest, that sucks.
Yeah, I was thinking that when you were talking about angry machine spirits. Like that.
We gave you your chance, Dylan. But you got corona.
Rest in peace.
Don't say that.
Please don't get corona.
Yeah.
That
Don't
would
get
make
corona.
us really sad. Actually.
You'd have to shave.
Really?
Why
No.
we don't know.
It's just required.
You wouldn't be able to drink
I
smoothies
believe
anymore.
all the news articles I read on Facebook.
That would be dad. All right.
You'll be dead.
Kill. So, we taking your ship, or you want to trust one of ours?
Let's go with yours.
Well, who is best flyer?
Probably.
I think best flyer should fly a ship with which they are most comfortable. Are there any pilots on the other team?
Yes.
I don't like how he said that.
Who is? Yeah. Naomi Carter.
Oh, the smoker. That one's the smoker.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can trust.
She's a crack shot pilot.
So,
Is that good?
Something.
do we have a way to compare what agility, nav, pilot skill?
She has pilot spacecraft plus 10.
That's pretty rad. What's her agility?
She looks agility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
What?
I would just trust her because they look really professional, and I don't think they would send like a top tier unit with a crappy pilot.
Would it be a good idea to take 2 ships? Or would that just be overkill?
Increases the odds of losing a ship, but decreases
Also-
the odds of us getting stuck.
Yeah.
Bye, gun cutter. It's gonna be a nice day.
No, we
Well, we
earned
have the
that.
other one,
We
too.
earned the second ship. It's
We
like-
could fly in on this ship and then have our secondary ship be nearby.
With Liara.
Oh, because we've got a remote control for it.
Oh, we
that
do
too.
have that too. Yeah,
We also could just tell Liara to like.
Yeah,
be
just
nearby.
close enough to be in radio contact. When we're on the Hulk,
Do you not want Liara with you?
I forget about her.
Does Liara want to be with us?
She's standing there in her armor with her little arc lance.
Oh.
yeah, she should probably come. She
Yeah.
needs it.
Alright, Jasper, you can stay behind.
Jasper.
No.
No. If I know there's people on that ship, I'm morally inclined to help.
I didn't know
I
you had
was just
such
bringing
strong
up-
morals.
I was just bringing up the idea we don't have to take 2 ships. I just was wondering.
We can just
I'd like
depend
to
on the
at
remote
least
control.
have one ship nearby.
Can we
If we can remote
contact
control it, then that's cool.
from the Hulk to their main ship? Can you contact that far or no? Would we need another ship to relay a message?
No, you can relay a message.
Okay.
Well, your personal boxes, no.
Except their
From
comms
from a ship, yeah.
are
Okay.
messed up.
That's what I was saying. I was like, maybe we should just have that so it can be like a radio tower almost.
I have 2 questions for the group before we super continue. We started late, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
and we're about an hour behind what I thought we would be. How does everybody look on time?
Still should probably try to wrap by 10. But
I'm good with 10 too.
I might make it. I'm really tired.
oof, I mean, I could do less.
I'm good.
But 10
Okay.
probably like the
Let's go.
limit.
Okay, cool.
Let's-
So
yeah,
so you're just gonna take their ship.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So the ship starts up. It's a clunker, and she starts to cross the void. Natalie, at this point, she's like, "So, I've heard great stories about you. How do you want to handle this down there? We will defer to your all's leadership if you desire."
Where do we, let's see, we enter from the hangar, I assume.
Yeah.
And then... The beam is coming from the med bay.
The beacon, yeah.
Yeah.
It was activated in the med bay.
But the team that was picking up the gas is still they're like
Should be in the hangar.
Are they in the hangar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, most items were delivered to the hangar, so I assume that most people are still in the hangar. Well, we don't have a lot of other choice than to start at the hangar. I think, depending on who we find, depending on who we find in the hangar, we can assess the situation from there.
So there's no gravity in the hangar, right?
Yeah, no gravity, no pressure, so we'll need environmental suits to get across to the airlocks.
Okay. So in the area that's right in front, I guess, of the hangar, that's where we should probably gather all the wounded and stuff, since it's closest to the get out area, and we don't even know if there's bad people on there.
That's true. And as you guys are going out in the void, so you see this giant cruiser drifting in space, and there's definitely a lot of damage. It almost has its own little like planetary ring kind of thing of just debris that's hovering around it. And there's 16 wreckages out here, but they're all quite spread out. You know, like it's been hundreds of years. But they're kind of like their gravitational masses have kind of like pulled them into like little bundles. And so this one, like you can see like drifting behind it is like 2 or 3 other ships that are just kind of there, and one of them kind of like bumps into another one while you're like kind of flying down. You just and like you can see like debris kind of plume away from it.
Holy crap! This
And
is way
then
bigger than I thought it was
there's
gonna
like little teeny pockets of light along this 3-kilometer hole that just like turn on and flicker and but you couldn't see that from the firebrand ship. It looked totally dead, and so there's at least like a little bit of power going through it. And yeah, so big monster of a vessel, and you see the hangar that you're supposed to land in, and like part of the hole on the sides is like peeled off, and looks like an explosion happened in there, and yeah, like so the hangar floor surface is like jagged and kind of tore up along the edges, but it looks fine further in. And as you guys bring the ship down, crit 1 perfectly. You see that there's another ship in the hangar, and it's about 5 times the size of this ship. And it's the Firebrand's vessel and just transport thing for transporting the goods and everything. And it is actually kind of parked right where you want it to be. It's front and center on the airlock. And as she brings it in for a landing, she angles the back hatch towards the airlock, kind of sits down next to it, and the vessel locks to the deck.
Alright. Well, let's
Get our suits up.
let's suit up, and then,
Looks like you've suited up on the way over.
yeah,
Let's go.
that's cool.
Should we
Do
do
we
a
see
quick
anyone?
scan of the hangar?
Yes.
Just
Like-
just a sweep.
Yeah, just
Yes,
a quick
that's
sweep.
fine.
Go ahead and roll.
Roll what?
we all
Whoever's doing it.
Roll what?
Perception.
Roll your
Try
perception.
the most perceptive perception.
Josh.
The Josh world.
Perception is 50. I rolled 58.
Well, the Oxford
but if I
scanner
was
gives you a plus 20.
doing, I don't have that.
Oh no.
I thought you were using.
But I
thought you were using-
have awareness. Oh well, I guess I'm using the scanner. I have awareness plus 20.
You're good. You're totally fine. Yeah, so what you see is there's a bunch of canisters like by this other ship. They're like locked to the ground kind of thing, and the ship itself, its drop gates down, but it's also sealed from the inside kind of thing. And there are lights on in the ship.
Can we like hail them from our ship?
Oh yeah, we're already out, right? We're in the hangar.
Yeah, I thought you were in the hangar.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't think that we had gotten out yet.
Can we box them?
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't get anything. Natalie's like, or Naomi's like, do you want me to stay with the ship or do you want me to come with you? What do you want?
I think it might be smart to have a couple people stay behind.
Yeah.
Who do you want to stay behind?
Naomi. Oh.
Somebody good in close quarters.
Yeah.
So maybe
Cataline Shards with her little shark flail.
Let's do that one.
that's good.
And then also, Ash.
Ishtari Kanika.
Can I ask Ash if she can? Yeah, I'll be like, Ash, can you sense anything else besides us in the immediate area?
Honestly, like I'm still really new at the whole psyker thing.
You're good.
What I'm typically pretty good at is I can do different auras for fear, inspiration, stuff like that. And then I'm really good with spectral hands.
Oh, good
Oh
deal.
wow! So some people aren't as good with
And
hand-based
she's
psychic
got
abilities.
fat hand cannon.
Oh,
It's
really?
like on her hip.
We're fighting.
Can't you do that little thing where you like?
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
Nobody knows except for her, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
And Deco's portion of his soul that is with her.
That's the nicest of next.
You're
All
like
right.
an anime
Well-
character.
Let's get going.
Can I do sense presence real quick?
Sure.
'Cause I haven't used it yet. Oh, no nines.
Dang.
And I got it.
Cool. Yeah, there's somebody in that ship.
Just somebody's
Somebody.
singular. Sad. The scanner picked up someone on the ship.
Oh really?
Not in a bad way, just that they're there.
Huh. Let's go check it out.
Yes. That
Check
sounds
it
like a
out.
good idea.
Cool. By the way, just to give you some scale on this hangar, as far as like a level in a building, like how tall like the first floor is in a building kind of thing. This hangar is about 12 levels in height.
Holy crap.
Well,
And there's various levels of like accessibility throughout, little, not catwalks or anything, but kind of catwalks. A lot of it's busted up. And yeah, as you approach the ship, it looks like it's untouched, like it's fine. And then there's some of the fuel canisters that have been brought out look like maybe they either weren't sealed well or they got overturned or something, but there's a couple that are like floating a little bit. Yeah, no signs of fighting or anything like that. Yeah, you guys knock on the door for the airlock, and you get let in, and the door gets sealed behind you, and the door opens, and there's a gangly looking dude. He's middle aged, and he receives the team, and he looks embarrassed.
Is he naked?
No.
So
Why say?
because you said he was gangly, and then I was like, you didn't say he was wearing any clothes.
What?
Maybe I missed the clothes there.
They can be given. Unless I say they're naked, they're probably right.
He looks embarrassed, huh?
Man with a secret. Does anybody have scrutiny?
Yes.
I have blather.
Scrutiny test.
I have interrogation.
49,
And
I did
a
it.
narrator blade.
Yikes.
I'm too distracted.
You pass.
By his lack of nakedness.
Yeah, so
I'm
this-
always distracted.
This guy with his embarrassment, you start kind of wondering because you also haven't heard communications from the ship. Like the ship was quiet. You didn't really expect to like find people at the ship, kind of thing. And is there any questions or anything that you're thinking at this point?
Do I know him?
No.
Okay, I don't recognize him.
Does our team recognize him at least?
They know him. One of your people, one of your NPCs. He says, "Benjamin Lowry,
Oh no.
how are you doing?" And he's like stammering over the words, kind of thing. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm good. You know, I haven't heard from the team or anything. Like, I think things are still like I think everything's going okay."
There were
And
reports of a...
you passed on your scrutiny.
Mhm.
It looks like he's got some like bags under his eyes, like he's just waking up.
Uh-oh.
That's SOB.
How long have they been...
Daniela Red Bull's with you guys too, by the way.
Okay, how
So it's
long have they been deemed in peril?
When,
Like when
you've probably been like 2 hours out.
Oh, okay. So they've just recently been.
No, it's like 6.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like 4. I'll say 4. 4
Okay.
hours. Final answer.
So 4 hours since the beacon showed.
And they've been down on the ship for like 20 hours.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So he's embarrassed. He hasn't heard from the team. He looks like he just woke up.
Well, and you guys know that they're in peril. And
Yeah.
It seems like he doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, ask him something about that.
Do you... Well, okay, so what I was going to say was we received report of a distress beacon coming from the med bay about 4 hours ago.
He looks confused. He's like, med bay.
Have you been sleeping?
Ooh.
What? No, and let's see. Yeah, he does not do well on his deceive. He's like, no, what? Why would I sleep? Like,
I mean,
how could you do that?
yeah, how could you abandon your team that way?
How long have you been asleep?
I don't know. I don't know. And then Daniela, she steps forward. Daniel. And she's like, this will require penitence. And his face pales. And
he's gonna have to mop the deck.
she like steps around him and goes and looks at the console and she's like, 30 times they've tried hailing you.
Son of a bee.
This is great. You can stay here with the ship since that's what you've been doing.
Someone should stay with him.
Yeah,
him
we
awake.
have people on other ship, correct?
I know.
They can
So far you're leaving 2 NPCs in the hangar.
Yeah, I think that's all we should leave. I think we
That's
should
fine.
bring this dude. We should put a charge pack on his chest and he can walk like 20 feet in front of
Is
us.
this Tanner or Terrigen at this point?
I don't know.
Tendrils.
Tannergen. We're one and the same. We are Tannergen.
Pulls out.
It would be really fun to do like a little one-off where you roleplay yourself.
Oh, gosh.
And then it would also be fun to do a one-off where you roleplay somebody else in the group.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think Terrigen would be very happy that he fell asleep because he's like a commander. That's like pretty, especially when you're somewhere dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he could fall asleep.
I know. I'm gonna like.
He actually, you did really well on your scrutiny test.
I did.
He looks really confused by the whole thing.
Oh, so he doesn't even know he fell asleep. He has no... could it be that he was lulled to sleep? Mayhaps?
How would I support that idea?
Because you said the novice psyker can do auras. Can she test like?
She's not a divination psyker.
No. Okay.
And I can't. I don't have anything.
I don't have Medicaid or anything like that.
So this idea is in your brain, but maybe you don't have what?
Could he? Because we have an idea that machine spirits are being tricksy. Could you kind of like get into the depths of the ship and see if it's been penetrated?
This ship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could actually if it was
Tampered with?
Yeah, or if there's some sort of camera or something that.
Do a tech use test on the console.
Okay.
For so what I'm assuming that you're going for is you're looking at the like software logs for anything that's been going on with the ship for the time that this dude says he was sleeping,
right.
and maybe a couple hours before. And you just want to look at all the firmware readouts essentially. But sacred memory of the vessel, you know.
I would verbally speak to it, right? Like I'd probably speak in code.
Yeah, it'd be binary. Yeah, but you would have a conversation with this machine spirit essentially.
Okay, perfect. Do you want me to roll first or the conversation first?
Conversation, and then we'll roll.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
At a point that I tear your soul.
I'm gonna walk up to it and I'll just start speaking in binary. And I'll be like, Sacred Machine Spirit, this is your loyal servant Terrigen. We are here on a mission to collect and preserve sacred and holy artifacts of your nature. We've heard that there's been some some dark and evil, twisted things that people have been doing to other machine spirits. And we just wanted to know what we can do to help you and the other machine spirits and how we can serve you.
My machine spirit thus far has been untampered.
Yeah.
All is well with this vessel.
Is he lying?
No.
No? Okay.
We have not connected to the main structure, so I do not know the status of other machine spirits.
Okay. Have you noticed anything? There was, I don't know if you were aware, but there was a gangly man who was sitting here and he fell asleep. Were you aware of anything weird happening with that or unnatural?
I was not aware of the pilot sleeping, but the airlock doors were triggered twice within the last 2 hours.
Okay. If we plug you in, will you be able to get us more information about the ongoings of the ship?
Of this ship?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Space Hulk.
Yeah. Because he said that the machine spirit was talking about. Wait, which machine spirit am I talking to? It's for the ship, right? For
The
that.
one that we're on,
Yeah.
not the big one.
Not the big one.
Yeah.
So he was saying if we plug him into the big one, he can get more information.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It would be system analysis,
Perfect.
but there are complications that can arise from such an endeavor.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Mal.
No. No.
I'm just gonna say I talked with the machine spirit of the vessel real quick.
Oh, tech use test.
Oh yeah.
Plus 20.
Plus 20 since I already said stuff.
Boom.
Well,
Super pass.
cool. So, yeah, what you know is while this person was supposedly sleeping, the ship was entered and then exited.
Okay.
Or,
Exited.
no. How well did you roll?
I passed by, what was it? By like 5 degrees.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically, if this person has been accurate with what he's saying as far as, like, how long he's been asleep, the ship should have been entered, like, really, like, close to, like, right before he fell asleep.
But this was after he fell asleep.
No.
No.
The ship was entered right before he fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then after he fell asleep, it was exited. Okay.
So someone might have put him asleep.
Yeah.
You have to tell us first.
Okay. I'm gonna say I communicated with the machine spirit of the vessel. It does indicate that right before, I guess, the pilot fell asleep, that the door was activated, and then after that period where the pilot and we think his sleep began, someone left.
Can we check him for, like, a dart
Oh,
entry? Or,
can we
like,
scan him to make sure he's not infected?
Scan him.
beep boop beep bop boop. Perception, is that what I have to do? Apparently?
Yeah, it'd be perception for the scanner. You could also do a Medicaid test.
Oof.
Ooh, that's 70.
Cool.
Which actually, with the awareness,
You pass.
I can do. 'Cause I have plus
Yeah.
20.
Not a gene stiller.
Okay.
Not yet.
But, like,
Do you want to do a
Medic.
Medicaid test?
yeah. Intelligence. Smart. Oof. I missed by, like, 10.
You don't see anything.
Anybody else?
Well, during all this, I probably actually would want to be keeping eyes actually in the opposite direction on just what's around us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the airlock. Because
Did we go through the airlock?
Not yet.
Oh,
you did
Yeah, we did.
That's
into
main
the
one,
ship.
right?
Yeah, not the main
Into
one.
the ship.
so we're in the ship hangar where there's no gravity.
You're further back. So
ship
aside
in
from the
the
Space
ship.
Hulk hangar, there's the open hangar on this transport craft, which there's stuff that's been partially loaded up into it. But you're in the habitable section,
Okay.
the sealed area.
So we are within the Space Hulk now.
Within the Space Hulk, within a transport vessel.
Okay.
Because remember, you guys got out, and then she swept the hangar.
So like this is the hangar that we're in, and then there's a ship inside of it
Mhm.
that we're in.
Correct.
I'd like to actually exit the transport ship just to the outside and keep an eye on the actual hangar.
Oh, okay.
There's no
Interior.
gravity.
Would you say that you have not gone in? You would have not.
No.
I would have gone in to make sure that the area was secure with them, but I don't like being trapped inside of a small box inside of a scary box.
Fair.
It's true.
And
Such is your nature.
no, and I like to keep watch.
Is there anybody else with us that could check for some kind of needle point, or I don't know how else you could make someone fall asleep.
You don't.
Well, psychic
Chemistry.
abilities.
Chloroform?
Oh yes, external.
That'll just kill you.
No,
Would
That's
you
only if it's too much.
you have a bunch of forbidden
Anything's too
lore
much.
and stuff, right?
Common
I
misconceptions.
do, but not on this topic
There
for
are.
the most part.
Well, I'm just saying you would know because you know about different xenos and maybe maybe hey, I know this group of people that when they infiltrate places they don't necessarily kill everyone, but sometimes they just put people to sleep.
Oh, I mean, maybe. Would that have been a recollection of mine by any chance from the
But
alien
you're
races
not
I've
in
come
the
across?
ship now.
Yeah, you're not on the ship.
Oh,
So why?
I feel like there'd be other tells if there was another race
Is
on the ship.
there anything that would happen if this person would have died instead of been put to sleep? Is there an alarm that would have gone off?
Seems like they were pretty. Seems like they're really stealthy as a whole, though.
yeah, because a gene stealer will kiss you, but we would have been able to see that probably.
Unless he was entranced.
Oh my goodness.
That makes sense.
He's broken his vows.
On the outside of the ship,
Burn
is there any
him.
markings that seems like it was forcibly entered?
Nope, no markings.
Were we being too
Do you have?
searching?
You can use. I don't know. So if you're looking to see if there was forced entry, there is the. I don't know. There's a little control console to get into the ship. Do you want to scrutinize that? We'll search on that.
Sure.
Huh.
Maybe that just like a.
I think I don't think we should leave this dude behind. I don't like him being alone. If something did happen to him, I'd rather he was with us.
Sure.
I agree, actually.
Would it be like a security test maybe to check the
Yes.
integrity?
Yeah,
of
it did security, dude.
That's a better roll. Doesn't help when I roll an 86 though.
It doesn't.
That's the alternate crit.
20 off.
86?
It's 76.
Well, you rolled. I thought you rolled an
I
86.
rolled a 96.
Oh.
Um,
I heard 80.
You want to fate point it?
I'm worried about doing that.
Okay, that's fair. I honestly, I feel like the machine spirit would have been like, yeah, someone freaking jacked up my stuff.
I will see if I can assist you because we have a security person here. Nope.
Can I do a tech use test on it to see if it looks? No? Alright.
I think we've reached the point where we need to
Yeah.
move on
Yeah.
and see if we
Yeah.
can
Let's
figure
just
it out
bring
as we
this
go.
dude with us.
Let's
Does he,
keep going.
what role does he fulfill? Does he have any weapons or any specialties or anything?
Still has pistol.
Yeah.
Is this a garbage human?
I'm gonna have him stick with me.
You
He
stay by
looks
me.
kind of nervous. He's looking at you.
I was like, hey, my name's
Plasma.
Terrigen. Yours is Benjamin, right?
Well,
No, it's Benjamin Lowry.
Yeah, there we go.
Your first name is Benjamin Lowry?
No, but yes, it's Benjamin.
Okay. I'm just checking.
I thought
How
it
old
was
is
funny.
this person?
Yeah.
He's like middle aged, but
Oh.
I don't know. Kind of like
Yeah.
didn't make it.
Oh my god.
He peaked in 6th grade.
So, how is your pilgrimage? Oh, you didn't? Oh, it is. Okay.
Oh no.
I have faith in the Emperor.
I'm just gonna tell him, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick
Still
with
that
you
matters.
because you seem to know more about this than anyone. I hope. Yeah, hope that works out. Are you pretty good at that last pistol?
I fired it.
Good answer. All right. Yeah, I'm sticking with you.
I'll just shoot you in the back.
Next chance I get.
All right.
So I suppose we exit the hangar, go to like the air.
The airlock to
Lock.
get into the space hold.
Yeah.
Yarp.
Let's do it.
Cool. Tech use test. -10.
Minus
You.
10.
-10.
What if I charm it?
Machine spirit's
I got
pissed.
13.
Ooh.
The machine spirit is no longer pissed.
It's like, you're nice.
Is it when you roll good like that? Does it kind of like cool down the machine spirit? Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like a double
You
thing.
should just be like sweet talking this entire
baby.
ship.
Hey baby, I know how
Hey
you want.
baby, hey baby, hey.
What's the matter with you, babe? I'm gonna make it all better.
I hope I don't occasionally offend you. Or anyone.
Drop the
actually.
word occasionally.
I just frequently do that. Yeah, so you guys get into the airlock, door closes, you open up the other one. And then before you, and I'm not gonna set up any tiles until we need to. But the map is on the notebook. So you guys are in the overhead balcony on the top level area. And so you look forward and there's like this big walkway that stretches before you. And you actually go like a long ways into like that map doesn't start, for a little bit. So you're walking into this vessel and there's like these great archways and stuff. Like this airlock, by the way, the doors were like 60 feet tall. But all of that didn't open, like there's a smaller access. But yeah, it looks like you could easily bring like tanks or potentially a Titan. Like
Oh, Nelly.
like a small one. Like,
It's a nice.
I'm like amazed at the scale of a lot of the things in the Warhammer universe, but I'm also like, how many planets do they drain to make this one giant ship?
Yeah.
250.
Oh,
Worth it.
and they don't even use
For the
it
glory
in
of the
quotes.
Imperium.
For the Empire.
Alright.
So we're
So we're. Oh
going
yeah.
down the hallway / balcony. Is that what it is?
The Halbany.
We're going
Are we going to the med bay first?
stealthily. and
I do not
Do we
know
need
the
to set up
definition
how
of
we're
that word.
walking?
Yes,
can we
you
just
do.
say-
You're a firebrand.
Okay, but I walk in big
That might
metal
take too
armor.
much
Well, so Danielle is like, so are we all going to the same place? Do we need to split up? What are we doing?
Oh, we didn't test our communications.
I'm gonna say that we stay together.
I agree. I find little wisdom in splitting up.
Yeah. We don't know what we're facing, and something odd's going on here.
If this were time sensitive, 4 hours have already passed.
That's true.
Let's go to the med bay, boys and girls. And Psyker.
Psychers do have gender, from what I understand. Is that true?
That's not what Regis told me.
Oh, well.
You know, that sanction.
Well, Regis is a little sensitive about that kind of stuff, considering robot legs. Anyway.
It's true.
I'm just cracked up.
When I clean the robots at Amazon, we just you just wipe off the oil tip with a towel every now and then.
Wait, what?
Why are you getting into this?
There's a little bolt and you like squeeze oil down into it, but then it kind of leaks out. And so I imagine that's like at the lower areas of a tech priest work, you just kind of just wipe it off with a towel.
Dear Lord.
It's the worst.
It's this like whitish or pinkish like
Okay.
oil. Like,
I want to hear about the leg fluids of a tech priest.
Alright. Well, we're going to the med bay.
By the way, that doesn't happen in Terrigen. I don't leak.
It do.
No!
You have the cyber mantle.
Terrigen, do you have robot lower body?
Lower robot body.
I don't. Some of it is.
Not the important stuff.
Wow.
Winky.
Alright, well.
Flesh is weak.
You should know.
God.
Cool. So yeah, you guys.
I will burn all of you heretics. You're fine, Jasper.
Oh, go for
Just only partially burn.
So
Let's go.
No, the
I'm so
partially burn your
sad.
hand.
you guys
For Brian.
get over to the med bay, and there's like some kind of flashy, flickery lights in there, and the door's going.
Alright, no horror
Oh my
movie for
gosh,
me.
this
I'm
is like a
leaving.
video.
Yeah, I'll go over there. I'm gonna bring Benjamin with me.
Hey, did you get the flashlight?
I'm gonna say, come on, Benjamin.
Okay.
Come check this out with me. Watch my back, but please don't shoot me in the back.
Go on in, Benjamin.
Make sure the safety's on your gun.
You should go say hi to your friends.
So I'm.
All right.
Can I sense while I'm getting over
Shut
there how this med bay is feeling, or is it just each individual door, or?
So the lights aren't like. They're like.
Does it feel like
Not
something's
better.
broken, or does it feel like it's pissed about something that happened?
Well, so the ship is not fully powered.
Okay.
So this is more of a power flex. But when you've
Just-
had a power flex for 200 years, your machine spirit program is probably like super pissed.
So, and when I see the door, when I look in there, do I see anything?
Dark.
Oh no, if only we had light.
Is it?
Or some sort of sensory capabilities.
Oh,
It's true.
I have a light intern.
You are the best. I
Sense
have deep
presence, that's
appreciation
only
for you
light
as an
ones,
individual.
right?
Thanks.
So if this is all machine
Your chance to hit on me was
oriented, that won't help
back
me at
away.
all.
Help you out. But there is crew here. You know the 25 landed.
I guess that's true. It would help
Maybe-
us find people.
can I see like the
No.
box,
No.
like
No.
a fuse box or whatever? It's just,
Oh, for the door controls?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just test those and see if I can get them to function normal. Here we go. Oh. Oh, balls.
Did you fail?
Sure
Let me
did.
see. What's my intelligence? I failed by a
Wait.
degree.
Cool. Yeah, the doors go.
Oh
I'm
no, opposite.
gonna be like,
Lines
hey,
crossed.
listen, we need to get in here. Or we're gonna stop this power flux. You're gonna get a good consistent flow.
Hey, don't make
We're gonna
promises
keep you
can't
away
keep.
to the dark. All right. Just let
We're
us
talking
in
to
here.
Machine.
Right. You're like looking at him.
She's like,
Come on, Jasper. I just
You guys
need
just hear
you
boop
this.
bop beepity boop bop.
Scatting and
I'm gonna
biting.
try. Can I try again?
Boopity.
How much time are you willing to dedicate to this?
We have to open the door
There are other locations as well. But,
to get into the med bay.
no. But, if you want to get in here, that's fine. There's also other areas.
Okay. What do you guys think? I thought we should, because that's where the beacon was, right?
So he's
I
having some
assist
trouble.
him with the tech use test.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, this door is really pissed.
just go beepity boop bop at it.
Boopity.
No, I'll say something wrong. Where is my?
Oh.
Just use plasma. Blast through a door.
No, it's already mad enough.
Ugh.
I crit 4.
Hey.
Criticus Forticus.
And I rolled a 4 and
Okay.
5, which would have passed.
Cool.
That's like on the line.
Cool, so the doors go.
Officially gone too far.
I'm just gonna say, hey, does anyone have a light? It's pitch black in here.
Yay.
What's that guy's name?
Benjamin?
Sam Wiles.
Uh-huh.
I've got a light to spare.
Oh,
Hey.
thank you.
Oh,
'Cause
am
he
I
had
gonna
two.
hate him?
Yeah, you're gonna hate
His
him.
mag light.
Wing.
Whoa.
Cool.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
so you go in here.
Die.
By the way, the whole diverting power thing to the door caused all the lights in the med bay to go out.
Oh, really?
They were
Okay, we
coming
have
down
flashlights.
So you guys are all, and there's some emergency lighting that's still going.
How big is the med bay?
Is it pretty massive?
He's scared to do it.
The med bay picture
I'm looking at it.
This one.
So actually, this is good. Medbay's already set up.
Yay.
This is what the medbay looks like. You guys entered.
Oh, I see.
Okay, work here.
If you're gonna do
What
it,
are
I would
these
let someone know
spaces?
so that people
They're like
don't
a-
freak out in the back.
So-
It looks like those ones are like above.
Yeah. This like there's an
There's
an
a-
above area, and then this area. So I haven't drawn anything. What is that? Oh.
That scared the crap out of me for some reason. That was easy. Do you remember when Hawaii got that notification that was like, missiles inbound?
Alright, the Hawaii thing.
Yeah, they were doing a missile test, but they hit the wrong button, so it sent a real warning and said, hey, we got missiles coming in.
Oh,
Kiss your
scary.
bums and your spouses goodbye. Like, literally, where are you going to hide in Hawaii? They got nuked.
get
In the volcano.
Can I get you to stand up real quick? I just need to do a little draw. Alright.
Duh. Derek, you'd be the only one to survive.
Yeah.
And you come out a beautiful
Just the
brown.
way I like it.
Just the way I actually believe that. Just in this game, I know it's going to come to a point where we're going to be like, Derek, brother.
So here's
Lord,
here's the door. Stairs going up to this area.
Do they both go up?
Looks
Yes.
like it.
Yeah, up and then back down. And then underneath there's some storage rooms.
Interesting.
And then there's rooms with, well, you guys are down here. Yeah, see that. I'm just trying to put details up here real quick. Entrances into the storage room areas. Whatever. But yeah, you guys are here. Whole thing's pitch dark. And then there would be like little glow spots like kind of at the top of the stairs. Above the doors. So these are just gonna be your sources of light.
Okay, and we have our lights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's freaking spread out. Check this place out.
Thank you.
Alright,
Of course.
move in squads of 3.
Sounds good. I'm with Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Alright, so let's see. There's the 5 of us plus Benjamin plus 8 others. So 6. Almost enough to do full squads of 3.
Yeah.
But you can go alone with Benjamin.
Yeah, I can stick with Benjamin.
Well, we don't have 5 of us.
Liara?
Oh, Liara.
She's with you.
Of course.
Alright.
I thought you guys were friends.
She's sticking with you.
Not to sound paranoid, but until we find if there's another exit from this med bay, I'm staying by the door.
Not
Okay.
to sound paranoid, but I'm a little schizophrenic.
Whoa.
Are you gonna stay by yourself or?
I'll stay with him.
If someone wants to stay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that sounds good.
Doors can open, doors can close.
Hey, the machine spirits are really angry, so just watch out for. They do stuff when they're mad.
I know.
All right, I'm sure you do.
And they'll scream in binary. Oh.
Cool. Yeah. So as you start exploring, you. Ooh. The first stairway right there, blood all over it. It trails up the balcony way.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get my bolter locked and cocked.
You can lock that count. Anyway, yeah. So you guys. Well, you guys are all spread out. So which areas are where people going?
So it sounds
Because you guys are all splitting up, right? Is that it?
Well, we were just like kind of like like almost like a wave, right? So we'd all go out there,
So
and
there's,
then we'd all come back here.
I think, 4 teams. So like 2 probably went this way, 2 probably
Two
went this
that
way.
Yeah.
And then Jasper's hanging out.
And Jasper and
Crisis are here.
Crisis are watching the door to make sure the door doesn't shut and that nothing weird happens on the outside.
So it sounds like your team went here.
Yeah.
Where did you go with Liara?
I guess we probably would have gone the other way.
And
Check
then
out the room.
Was there any of the NPCs that you were interested in taking with you?
The smoke. Who stayed behind?
Yeah.
Do you
I
have,
would
do you have Ash
probably-
with you?
I probably would have her with me.
How dare you?
Okay.
Benjamin's a coward. I need Ash.
She's kind of timid too.
That's true.
And then
Can I pick
Russ.
the dude with the heavy stubber? I can't remember his name.
Oh, Heavy Stubber is Henry Bynes
He reminds me of Bear.
because he has a heavy weapon.
Don't forget him.
I
Yeah.
remember the first time Bear someone.
I was gonna say Russ and Henry were hanging out.
Okay.
With Sam.
With Sam?
Sam Wiles.
The
Sam Wiles
The annoying-
Gamgee?
No.
the
Okay.
annoying one.
Sam Wiles Gamma.
Yeah, I'll take Sam. I like Sam. He gave me a flashlight.
And he also gave you ammo.
What?
He gave me 2 charge packs. Those are pretty big
Here.
expenses.
Here's an extra.
Hey!
Wow.
Idiot.
Didn't you just loan $768?
Yeah, but I wasn't annoying
Idiot.
about
No.
it.
Just like,
Was
hey,
he?
here you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, he was way
Wait,
too
weren't
OP.
you specifically like, yeah, chump change?
It's true.
Well, right. That's not being
Not annoying,
annoying
just
about
bragging.
Okay. Whatever.
Anyway, so yeah, blood trail goes up the stairs.
it. So
Anyway,
yeah.
back to the blood trail.
I'm gonna message everyone and let them know. I'm just like, hey, we found a blood trail. Thank you.
Found blood on the dance floor.
And then you went around the other side.
Yeah.
So that storage container.
Which one?
These ones.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, there's like blood all over one of the access panels.
Oh.
Yeah, we found blood over here too.
Can you guys get into the closet or
Nice.
whatever it is?
It looks like the blood goes in there.
Yeah, the blood. Oh, ew. I don't want to open that door.
Blood.
Blood.
Liara's gonna try.
Dear.
So she goes ahead and like works around the blood to like hit open kind of thing,
Okay.
and it opens.
I
And
have my
there's-
sword ready.
There's a bloodied corpse.
Oh no.
I told you. Time sensitive.
Can I scan it?
Too late.
Sure.
Well.
No, good do it.
Yeah, 12.
Ooh.
Not a gene stealer, but very dead.
Okay.
Does he have? Oh, sorry, you're there.
Who found a
Yeah,
dead
shut
body?
up.
I'm sorry.
A bad dotty.
Shut your mouth.
Bed Dottie.
And as you, so there's like some medical supplies and stuff in here. Also by the door over there, it looks like there is like medical crates that were ready for like transporting out.
Does Ash recognize this dead person? Like,
There is no face.
It's their tags.
It actually, there's a skull. It looks like from like back here forward, just ripped off.
Is it ripped off or did it burn off?
Ripped off.
Oh, dang, that's so much worse.
Very clean.
machines don't want humans.
I was thinking it was like acid drip or something.
Also, it's actually difficult to determine like cause of death because everything's just massacred.
Is there anything on this body that would be an identifier? You mentioned tags. Nothing. Not like a trinket that
Color of his skin.
you can't
Everything's
tell.
blood.
Ugh. Oh, this is
Is there
Sing
like
it to me.
hair like around?
Corn.
going.
Sure. Yeah. There's like okay, so you can identify it
I
as
just
one
wanna-
of the
I
one of the
just-
crew.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I want to know.
Basically, I didn't put any NPC work into the corpses.
No kidding.
That's okay.
It's
Wow.
Ben
But we can
Tulu.
when we find him, we can tell if they're firebrands or not, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
dead people are remembered.
Dead crate
Uh,
alley.
I'm gonna go up the
One.
stairs.
And there were 25 total.
25 total. Yeah, so you go up the stairs.
It's gonna be me and Big Poppy going up first.
Sounds like that.
Big Poppy's the guy with the stubber. I'll be like, Big Poppy, on me.
Or no, I kind of like it.
Gosh.
So yeah, you follow the blood trail up, and there's a blood splatter across some of the medical glass for one of the rooms, and the door is actually like partially open. It's just a swinging door; it's not mechanical. And there's a body that's like fallen halfway through it,
Dead.
very dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Good work.
2.
I'm gonna have
2 feet are
accounted for.
removed.
the feet are removed. I'm gonna kick
So
the
they can't run
no,
away.
Why would you do this?
What?
Did they try to put body parts on a machine?
No, you don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna kick the door open and just do a quick scan.
Like
just,
it's stuck on the arm.
Too
It like kicks over,
incredible.
just and like you kick the door hard enough, it like breaks the hand to the side.
he's dead. I'm just gonna push the door open.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, you push the door open, and a red light shines in your face,
Ah.
and you see a servo skull hovering there.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna speak to it in binary real
Our
quick.
physics can't let
Sure.
you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say,
Oh,
hey, this is
please.
Terrigen. Identify yourself.
No, we're friendlies.
It's a robot. Oh,
Whatever.
if I do a fellowship,
I am a
that's
servo skull.
You're a servo skull. Do you have an identification number?
386491 Z12 36 P W.
It's
corrupted.
French.
It's
Oh.
French.
W.
WVA.
Even worse.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say, does it look, just from what I'm seeing of it, because I have my mag light, does it look like in good repair? Does it look a little damaged at all?
It's fine.
Yeah. Does it have?
It was in standby mode.
Oh, really? Does it have anything like it that can record sound or?
Yeah, it looks
tips?
like it was there to assist with like medical stuff, but there is an optical array.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, hey, what happened to this body? Was it someone you were operating on?
Negative. The body was terminated while running.
Does it have
From what?
Me.
idea? Did I miss it? Thanks, Harry.
It puts forth a little node if you want to like link up.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, danger.
Where's my
Take
ponytail?
Don't play with it. You'll go blind.
I'm so happy you got that. Gosh dang it.
Why is that the quote
Wait,
that
was
you
that
picked?
76? That's
It
a
was
crit.
78.
Yeah,
I thought it was 6.
I'm gonna use a fate point.
Finish pointers.
because that.
Oh, there we go.
Crit.
Crit 7. That's
Cool.
more like it.
00.
Yeah. So, there is like a little bit, like there is muted audio and stuff. But basically, the servo skull was in standby mode. Screaming woke it, and it like rises up off the floor, and like starts like kind of doing a little scanning sweep of like, because a lot of these rooms have glass walls and stuff. They're just
See through.
yeah, and they can like they just have curtains that you can pull down. So some of them like or whatever. But anyway, it like pans and like the lights are flickering in and out and as it pans, it sees it like registers that there's blood like on the control panel as it like perceived that area, and then as it sweeps over, a shape comes running up the stairs, and blood like splatters all over the wall, and a person drops through, and you see like a silhouette just go up.
So, from the way it's moving and from what it's doing, since my character has fought gene stealers for like kind of a long time, I feel like you would recognize like if a gene stealer killed someone, like not even like just like the ones with guns, but like the clawed gene stealers.
Pure strength.
Yeah, the pure strains. Does any of this, especially because we couldn't, it doesn't sound like we could see the shape. It was just like a shape, with the speed and everything. Does that look like a gene stealer to Terrigen? Would he feel confident?
Totally could. There's slash strands up this person's back.
Yeah.
Could have also been caused with a saw blade.
Could you hear something in the background?
Yeah. Can I hear
Or is it
anything mechanical?
Just people screams.
Just people screams.
Human.
Can I ask? Oh yeah. I'm
And the
just,
servo skull, like after the person fell down, the servo skull, like just kind of hovered down to him and just started like injecting him, like trying to like help him, and it just was to no avail.
Sure.
And actually, because you have tech use, and you were able to link up, like you could scan its memory like that, and like the whole thing, and it was literally the last like 24 hours. This thing was just like messing with the corpse basically.
Poke.
I think all servo skulls are like Baymax, basically, in my brain. They're just like,
Tell me where it
on a
hurts.
scale of 1 to 10, how alive are you?
I love that movie.
I do.
It was surprisingly good.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Can I ask him if it? Did you recognize that as a machine? Skull 3461.
What did you say?
The silhouette. He's asking
Yeah.
if this
Did
skull.
Because I would imagine if it was a servo skull and there was like another piece of technology, it could probably register that that was not.
I did not recognize background anomaly.
Yeah. Would you, based on what you've seen and what you viewed, would you
I might be making this thing too intelligent.
really? Okay, that's fine.
It would just be like, don't recognize.
Okay. I'm just gonna send a message to everyone and be like, hey, we found another body up here. We found a servo skull that recorded the death. Whatever killed this guy or girl, can't really tell anymore, was moving. This Kyle was moving really fast. It did slash. Personally, kind of reminds me of a potential gene stealer, but it could also be something else. It's not
Scanners
conclusive.
didn't pick anything up.
Cool. You walk out of the room as you're like saying this, and you see another corpse on the railing right over here. That looks like it may have been dropped from above back on, like back first onto the railing, and it's like
this doesn't need
Like,
to get like.
it's grimdark. Sorry, we're doing
Like
it.
you twisted a U and made it a U, but the other way.
Yeah.
Yucky.
Little
Can-
piece of backbone poking.
Stop it!
Wait, and you said this servo skull was doing this within the last 24 hours?
Yeah, so about 24 hours ago, it was
These bodies are fresh.
fresh, pretty fresh.
But not 4 hours fresh.
Yeah,
4 hours.
not 4 hours fresh. But they called for assistance like how long ago?
4 hours. I guess now it'd be like 5.
And this
I
could
thought
be
it
a
was
trap.
12.
Like,
Yeah.
it might not have been them. Oh.
What?
Can the servo skull tell us exactly when they died?
Timestamp?
24 hours ago.
24 hours ago, yeah.
Oh,
Also, when
immediately.
when I connected with the servo
No,
skull,
okay. I guess I should correct that. It was about 18 hours ago.
18. Okay.
Still
But-
quickly.
So when I hooked up with the servo skull, it was normal, right? It didn't have any like I didn't sense anything like, oh, someone else is watching us through the servo skull. No, okay.
Do we have
They're
any
not that fancy.
reports on if this ship's Geller field is still active in this portion of the Space Hulk?
Geller fields are only active while in the warp, and so they're deactivated at all their times.
But there's weird stuff can still leak into dead ships.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't want to get nitpicky about this, but I would like some clarification about the time. So, if our good pal Benjamin fell asleep like a couple of hours ago.
Oh, it was hours. It was
Right.
like.
Did they die before Benjamin fell asleep?
No.
It was after he fell asleep? Okay.
So, he's been asleep an abnormally long time.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I thought that he hadn't been asleep that long.
No, yeah, he was out for a while.
Okay.
This is starting to make worse sense. Like
Worse sense, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
More sense. Cool.
Can I look up from where the body fell? How tall is this med bay? Is there like just a vent up there or something?
No. So above the balcony, it goes up like another 10 feet.
Yeah.
What's up there though?
Ceiling?
It's like if you're
Oh.
There are
on a balcony.
punctures in the wall, and you like kind of look, and it looks like with the whole stair thing, whatever happened like ran up the side of the wall and then along the ceiling, and then it just ends.
Yikes.
There's like no vent or anything it could have gone in.
Probably like jump down from there.
Gosh dang it.
A 10-foot drop wouldn't break somebody's back like that.
It was if it was hurled. Like,
Yeah, if it was hurled.
With enough force, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of scary. Yeah, I'm gonna say, okay, we found another dead body. We're gonna keep looking.
You gonna examine the body at all?
Yes.
Yes, I do not.
This one has a face.
Yeah.
And there are lacerations like this, and then the eyes are punctured out, and it looks like something went in, kind of thing.
Oh.
Grabbed it by the
And
or something.
yeah, if you like do a full on like finger swoosh or whatever, like
I'm sorry, what was that?
Finger
up
swoosh?
the eye socket or whatever, like the brain is like pudding.
Ugh.
So
they're
Egyptians. Yuck.
So your
So
anatomy classes are coming back.
It is, like, that means it broke through the back, like the front of your skull on the inside of your eyes, too.
oh yeah, because you got skull back there.
And the temporal lobes are also punctured in,
Does it
Well,
look
that by
like
itself.
and the ears are punctured in.
does it look like machine marks or does it look
Lacerations.
just lacerations? Can't tell how it was made.
Can't tell.
Okay. I'm going to say these guys are not killed clean. Yeah, his brain is leaking out of his nose.
He's upside down. It's like a little bowl of cereal going on there.
I had a game question.
In-game answer.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Soggy cereal.
Okay.
It's like the milk when you're done with all the sugary.
That's the
Gentlemen.
best part. Alright.
Depends on the cereal.
Anyways, is it possible for machine spirits to become demons?
Oh yes, 100%. But what it is you're putting a demon spirit into a machine spirit, or into a machine.
But we could tell though, or possibly I could tell, right? If
You have not encountered anything demonic so far.
Yeah.
Well, so you know, you can suspect.
I would already be suspecting that.
yeah, I seriously have Terrigen has 0 experience with demons, so
Demons.
it's like,
Could be demon, could be tech, could be alien, whatever.
gosh,
Could be a
dang
person.
it. Yeah.
A sick, twisted person.
Someone who made living on this shit.
They wouldn't.
Well, and in order to break someone's back like that too,
That's a
incredible strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
Strength.
sounds more like
I wasn't
a
trying to be
spirit.
super graphic. I'm trying to get a point across,
Got
but
it.
it's scary.
He's drunk.
That's gotta be a
but also from dark.
We're
terrible
we're in
though.
aliens right now.
That's more gene stealer, especially pure strain, because of their unnatural toughness or strength.
But if this
They don't have
was,
a natural strength.
They don't.
they have a natural toughness.
They have a natural agility.
Yeah, they move fast.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
I could
I
totally
know
see it
this.
being
I don't
anything.
know.
We're gonna need to find more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my team up here check all the doors.
Also the ceilings.
Yeah, we're gonna move
Down
over
below,
before
there's
I-
2 more corpses.
Gosh dang it!
One with a head removed. One with its total rib cage ripped out.
Is anything missing?
Which also lower jaw. And then puncture holes up to the brain.
Are all of these parts that have been ripped out? Is there things missing?
There is a consistency.
There's just all
To
in
know that.
pieces,
All-
but still
All
together.
brains have been punctured.
And are they still there? As in, they just scramble them, or did they take some of it?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yes.
Which
Yes to both.
okay, so some pieces are gone, but some of them have everything intact, together, not intact.
No. I don't know. It's all jumbled up. Pieces are missing, but it's like not a whole brain was taken, kind of thing.
Yeah, like a chunk of it was taken.
Okay.
It looks like everyone's missing chunks of their brain. And I mean, I know it's pretty messy and there's stuff everywhere, but I mean, it's pretty consistent.
The weird thing is there's no trails. Like there's blood trails of the people,
But,
but whatever caused it, there was care.
Maybe it was able to carry these pieces on itself.
in its pouch.
Or it
In
was
its
a robot
kingdom.
and it was like, you pulled it in. There was enough.
It's not like significant portions of brain either.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
could have
like-
just been from whatever process was caused to jumble the brain.
Yeah.
Is there anything that eats that in this universe?
Zombies.
Plenty. Space Marines eat brain.
Space Marines are freaks.
The Imperium's not the good guys.
I'm just gonna say we
There's
found
no such thing
5
as the
dead
good
bodies in
guys.
here. I haven't found anyone living.
Yeah.
And it looks
That's-
like we basically have
Fifth of
a
this
confirmed bogey that is really fast.
Oh, we're gonna weed 10 rounds out and that's whacking.
We gotta. I think we should increase the team size. We should have at least 3 people together, not just 2.
That's what
That
you were
was the
doing.
team size.
Yeah.
Or is it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benjamin
Ours it
with you.
is.
Oh, well, we're doing great.
Well, everybody has 3 except for us too. But we have Crisis and actually Jasper. Yeah, that's true.
Is
You
there?
hit like a truck.
Did we find anything else up here? Any more bodies or any telltale signs?
There's 5 bodies total.
Just
5
5.
bodies. Jeepers.
Who done it?
Can we ask?
I'll tell you what.
Can I ask Natalie? I'll be like, hey, in your experience, have you encountered anything like this? Because it sounds like you guys have cleared space hulks before.
She's like, I haven't seen anything like this. 99. It's
How's,
a natural.
has Liara ever?
You see who?
Liara doesn't like this. Like she's just like jaded and ready.
Not.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, I'm gonna report all of what we said. I'm assuming Jasper heard it. I'm like, Jasper.
Well, you guys have been communicating.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know? Do you recognize any of this? It kind of looks like a gene stiller, but it sounds like it could also be demonic or robotic. Do you know anything that could narrow it down from the wounds we're describing?
Ah,
You being good.
fun question. Let me see if there's anything I have that's worthwhile for anything like this.
You have legends, right?
I have legends, Archaeotech, Xenos, Mutants, Inquisition. I don't know. I get any kind of vibe for what does this sort of damage that would also
Holy
exist
crap!
on the
You
space
have
Hulk.
Archaeotech Xenos.
I have Architect and Xenos.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh,
You have Forbidden Lord Xenos?
Oh, that's my specialty. I'm talented in it. And I
For-
have plus 20.
Forbidden Lord Xenos test on all this information.
And I rolled a crit 6, so it's a
That's
it's
even
like
better
an
than
8
your
success.
You start thinking back to when you messed with the control panels on the ship, and there was kind of like a film on it. It's actually on your fingers, and you do some sniffies.
No.
You lick it.
No, don't.
And
Never
Hey,
mind.
do
over.
some sniffies. I can't get over that. I'm sorry.
sorry. Yeah, there's an organic kind of texture going on, and then with the nature of the brain things, you have your talents of Forbidden Lore. You kind of think like a little. Well, you don't have Forbidden Lore Astartes, but you think to like the Kroot, who are constantly eating portions of the enemy to gain information.
Oh my
Tyranids,
gosh.
like you're just pretty unexperienced with like Tyranids, but there's no reason that couldn't transfer over.
Probably
But,
would.
but you are leaning way more towards it being inorganic.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I might assume it's not Tyranids at this point because we've come to terms with the fact that they like to eat good portions of bodies. And
Or
that's-
change them.
or change them. And this doesn't seem like either.
Are you gonna tell us
What's
what you
a
think
crew?
it is? A crew is for
It's
the
a
Tau.
Oh.
They're one of their allies. They're like bird people.
Okay.
kinda
They're my
like bird
favorite.
people.
They're like Native
goofy.
Americans.
They're goofy looking. Yeah, I'd probably just keep talking as I'm looking around, like
That's
almost
probably
like
Redskins.
Oh, I also want to like add to the whole element of the ship. Like, there's corpses throughout. just
Yeah.
from before. And there's like different like frozen mummified like whatevers, and they're all like tore up, and the wounds are actually pretty different from what you're seeing now. Like these ones do look like saw blades and or like electrocution deaths and just
Right.
different like arc weaponry or plasma weaponry, just stuff like that, like flamer status. But overall, the setting's almost like Pompeii with just like corpses going on.
I'm inclined to believe that this isn't primarily a demon issue. I feel like we would have noticed something a little more demon-y at this point. I would feel safe assuming it. Chip. I'd feel safe assuming that there's some other kinds of creatures on this ship.
Do you have any like ideas of what kind of creatures? Like, are you talking about Tyranids? Like pure strain gene stealers? Because I could see them doing something like this, but I mean, usually they eat more.
Maybe keep an eye out for any more organic matter, maybe blood of different colors, or more of this viscous type material.
Does anybody have like a vial?
Hey, Sammy.
I have a lantern.
No.
What's his name? The guy who gave me the mag light?
Gosh
The
dang it.
lagmite.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, do you have like a vial or a container we could use?
Like a beaker.
Sure do.
I super do.
Is it okay if we use it just to collect this viscous material?
Sure, I was using it as a canteen, but here you go.
Oh,
I'll be like, you can just have a sip of mine, brother.
This freaky.
Tastes like oil.
Only the best. Oh, wrong canister. Wow, you're like sacred now.
Lubricant.
All right.
I'm gonna go down. Since Jasper described that,
Why does it have to be sexual?
Because why not?
because there's dead bodies.
I just
There's
said
also kind
machine. Why does that have to be sexual? There's dead bodies. Yeah, it's
What is not sexual about this? I'm sorry. Since
My
he
goodness.
since he described this viscous material, can I see it on any of the corpses?
no.
No. Okay. That's good.
But it did probably touch our transport ship, which means your friend there might have come in contact with something.
Is he sticky?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a. Can I look at Benjamin's like
I was
from behind? Can I see anything on his jacket or on his neck or anything? I'm just gonna have like my mag light and do just a quick check. No.
No, his eyes are really dilated.
Really?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, Benjamin, you feeling okay, buddy?
freaking drugged.
He's like, yeah, well, yeah, I'm fine. This is,
You're in
I
this.
don't like this room. I just really don't like this room.
I know we're gonna leave. Come on.
Oh, we're leaving out.
You're leaving
Well,
forever.
we're gonna leave where we are up on the balcony. We're gonna come down. I'm actually gonna bring the vial to Jasper, and have Jasper put this viscous material in there.
Well, it's not like a lot. It's just like
It's a little goop.
a little.
I know. Just you can have it on
Just
the.
kind of scrape.
Yeah.
It's like if it was like a booger with like a little bit of body to it and
Yeah.
smeared it out across the surface.
Ectoplasm.
Ghost!
Sure.
From how Benjamin was acting, did that look like normal, like just like you just saw a bunch of dead bodies scared, or did that look like something else?
No, he's just scared.
Yeah,
He's cracked
He
out
doesn't
of
really
his
have a
mind.
backbone.
it's okay. He's with me. We're gonna keep him safe.
He might not have a backbone.
Benjamin's gonna live.
He's gonna be on our team.
That's gonna be Regis's new character when
Oh.
Regis dies.
Fitting.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just
Oh.
No, Regis, you're great.
Well, he just lost his spine.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Does anyone have anything else they want to look at in this room? Where should we go to from here as well?
I
Well,
would,
there's these. These are rooms too, yeah.
Oh, do we check those out?
Storage.
Just storage.
Storage
Those are
a lot of it empty.
bodies.
For blood, okay. I mean, I knew we weren't gonna find any more bodies, but you never know. What's there? What ain't?
oh, that's so weird.
Maybe these corpses. I need to adjust the time frame a little bit.
Mhm.
These corpses. They're like 6 hours old.
6 hours old.
Yeah, they were emptying stuff for about 18 hours.
That yeah, because they found
yeah,
a bunch of stuff.
I'm being inaccurate, and I apologize.
No, you're
Yeah.
good. So where should we go to next? We checked the med lab. Everyone's dead.
Well, let's move back to the
Are we going?
balcony hallway.
Didn't they find something in the library? What was it? The red marble statue?
Well, the library.
What you did not find in the med lab was about a beacon.
Oh, can
Honestly,
we detect if the beacon's still on?
Take east.
I can't believe I didn't. Oh, crit. Oh, all crits.
PvP.
Oh. 100%. 000.
000, baby.
Nice. Yeah, it's you compare it with Natalie with her knowledge of the ship and her maps, and the beacon is coming from the library.
Okay, it looks like the beacon's in the library now.
Alright, well, we gotta move down the
The
hallway
library with
and
a rope.
Rope.
That was
Mr. Plum. Oh,
Colonel Mustard.
I was
Colonel
gonna say
Custard.
Blanca White.
Blanca White. Is that a real character from the game?
Yeah.
That's
Miss White's first name is Blanca.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Wife.
The game was made a long time ago.
Anywho, I guess
Don't
we're
even
going to
wanna
the
know what
library.
The
butler's name is.
library.
so we're gonna exit and then go left.
Yeah, I'm just
And
gonna
then
tell
take
everyone
the first right.
Well, they know. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, map reader. Even though that's the other guy.
So.
No, you're hanging out with him.
Oh,
Making fun of him. You're such a nerd.
I should have done a Zombieland 2 thing and like made a team that was identical to you guys.
Oh no.
I used the commandments.
Complete
Let's shut up the door.
No, it's not.
What are you thinking of?
No, Titanfall 2. Or great game, but Zombieland 2. Yeah, so you guys work your way down and for how massive the ship is, like there has been a lot of damage and stuff, like this highway, because you guys are walking over a highway on this balcony area, and there's a lot of debris in the highway, and it's not a big distance to the library, but it takes you a little bit, and everything out here is totally just 100% dark.
Yeah.
So you guys are just relying on your lights.
Oh, I hate it.
I
I
wish
hate
we
it
had
so
someone
bad.
who could
And
sense
it's
it.
big darkness too, so you can shine your light up and it doesn't hit anything.
Oh. This is in the hallways?
Yeah.
But
Alright.
since presents only
It's getting
goes-
dropped from the ceiling and then just like take one of us out.
It's only 50 meters.
That's pretty good. 50-meter bubble.
It's good enough to blow the team up.
It's half a football
Hey.
field.
Can I sense presents?
Wait, 50
Nine,
meters? Isn't a meter
nine,
3 feet?
nine.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess a yard is 2
Yeah,
feet.
sense
About 3
presence.
feet.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 yards is 3 feet. A meter is like 2.86 feet or something weird like that.
This
That's
is the second time this has happened.
What?
I have not rolled the number 9, but collectively I have rolled a 9. So I rolled an 8 and a 1.
Nice.
Do it 10 times, then you get a free spell.
Write that down.
Not consecutive.
Maybe
That'd
that
be
rated.
ridiculous.
Cool. Yeah, nothing.
Okay. Stop.
So you guys enter the library.
Ooh, before we get to the library, because like we're at this corner point right there, so the cathedral is like right in front of us before we get to the library. Is the door open to it or is it shut?
Shut.
What's up?
The way is shut.
How far away is it from this turn, like perspective wise? Is it still like dozens feet, hundreds of feet, or is it kind of like right there?
Maybe 100 meters.
Okay.
Honestly, like, this is really just like a body collecting mission. I'm pretty sure they're all dead. I think Benjamin's the only survivor, in my opinion.
Well, the beacon's in the library.
It is. Natalie, where do you know where, or Benjamin? Do either of you know where the red marble statue was?
It's in the cathedral.
We can go to the library and then we'll hit that on the way back. Or should we get it now? What do you think, Natalie? And Jasper, but not
We'll
Benjamin.
defer to your judgment.
Gosh dang it, Natalie.
We just need to make sure, like I don't know what happened, but
coming back without that is not an option.
We'll
right?
need the statue.
That's our priority.
I say we go to the statue first.
Do we know how big the statue is?
I'm assuming it's like a bust.
Yeah, I thought it was something we could
Just like a head, a noggin.
Because
like
otherwise we
in the
can't.
Hall of Presidents or something. Yeah. How big is it?
You don't know.
Gosh dang it. Well, we'll go see how big it is.
So you go forward to the cathedral.
Yeah, I think so. Is everyone cool with that?
I like
That's
cathedrals.
my priority at this point.
No, I feel that. I do. You good with that, Joss? All right.
What if just what if all of the firebrands and probably I guess we're all the firebrands. But what if we were just like muttering little protection prayers, like just for kids?
Do you want to do acts of faith?
Yes.
What's that?
Ooga booga booga ooga booga booga.
Maybe test of faith.
Sure.
Yeah. And do spirit. Well, I can't really do spirit of the martyr. Well, except that we know we're in danger, right? So does that count as the encounter?
Or is it when combat is initiated?
Yeah.
I would let you activate it. I'm not going to be nitpicky about it.
Okay. Then I do that.
I have a small request as we approach
I have a small answer.
the cathedral. Not too much further, but I'd like to try and silent move up to these very large doors
Ahead of the team?
Visibly. Not like way out yonder, but just let me quietly get nice and close and assess the door and get a vibe before we all move forward.
Do you want to do that by yourself, or would you like cover?
Keep your eyes on me, but I can
Well, I also
go
have
up.
silent move, is what I'm saying. So like I could silent move with you.
So does
Liara. Have your space.
Hey, me
Liara's
too.
got silent move plus 20.
Oh damn.
Dang,
Wow.
that's still better.
She's cool.
And talented silent move.
Wowie.
Hey, while
Ironically.
they're doing that, I'm gonna tell what is his name? Big Poppy. Yeah.
Big
I'm
Pop?
gonna have him while we're approaching. I'll be like, hey, look behind us. This
And,
thing. Yeah.
He's already looking behind you.
Oh, good.
just all directions.
That
Alright, you and me, silent.
Liara's coming.
Get ready.
Wow.
Hey, good.
Crit 7.
Crit 6.
Oh no.
Ooh.
What'd you roll? What'd you
And I
roll?
got 5 degrees of success.
Oh, I thought it was a 67.
I got 5 degrees of success.
Use your
Ooh.
I'm using it.
You gotta like speed walk.
There we go. I got it.
With 5 degrees of success.
And a crit.
No.
Dang it.
I rolled 41 and my agility is 52, so.
Oh, that's a
That
degree of
works.
success. Yeah.
You like it, you should show it louder.
Oh.
What was...
You like it!
Turn on the telly! Gosh dang. Alright.
Alright,
Simple taste. Private hell.
Right out.
may I see if the panels of the door have been used recently or if they're like dusty or whatever, and then may I look to see if there's scratch marks or puncture holes like there were before.
So, yes, dust was wiped off the control panel. Looks like it was used. There is also film, that same film on it. And there are
This thing just
some big slash marks against it.
Against the door?
Yeah, like someone was trying to get in.
Interesting.
couldn't.
And I know this is kind of a wild one and I expect it to basically be impossible, but can I lean my ear against the giant door and with heightened senses hearing just try to listen for any kind of movement? Almost like vibrational, like through the metal.
Go ahead.
That's scary.
Cool. Nothing.
Ah, I hear nothing.
We are as heightened senses.
But
Plus 20.
I actually also do. Thank you.
I rolled an 81, 87, 97. Oh
my
boy.
gosh.
I need glasses and better rolls.
Alright.
Your turn, Katie Bear.
Catherine. Why are we bad?
All three of us are up against probably a door that's about this thick. Like,
It's because I said something smart.
Cold in the desert.
I did a bad thing.
You caramelized the dice.
I did.
I want to quietly message the rest of the team. Going to attempt to open the door now. I'm assuming that will make lots of noise.
Yep.
Be ready.
Yep, I'll burn anything.
And I will.
Can he burn anything?
Burn everything.
Cool, I'll do that.
Is it a security test or a tech use test at this point?
Try tech use first.
Crit 7.
That's
This
two
is significant
doubles.
then. The door does not open. Does not respond.
Does not respond to a tech use.
Oh, is there no power?
There is.
Oh.
We need
Yeah,
somebody
does
to
he know
come
why?
chat with it.
It needs.
Hey, buddy.
It doesn't feel agitated, but it feels firm.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh.
because something.
I'm not a tech priest,
But you screw with it.
We have our...
but I have dabbled with tech priesty garbage. I want to take the copper wire that I took from the previous ship that I had wrapped around my arm. Wowie. Take the copper wire I had wrapped around my arm and put my hand on the panel and say, Hammer of Scars. Scares. I wish you the best of rest after this moment, and I'm sorry that we are intruding, and we'd like to leave as peacefully and safely as possible and cleanse you of whatever disruptions have come upon your ship. If you would be so willing, please allow us into this holy portion of the ship. And I just say that in English because I don't know binary. I just
Reassure it.
You want to try and do security?
and I'll try and do security
Plus 10.
comfortably.
For a bit.
And I rolled with 4 degrees of success.
The door responds and opens, and when it's about 3 inches open, you eat a flame blast.
Oh.
Like right the freak now.
It wasn't me.
Oh no.
Big.
Is it 2 pen?
Depends on the type of flamer.
It's just 2 pen.
It's either
Yeah, it's
2
2
or
pen.
4.
20 damage with 2 pen.
So.
Right. Oh,
and
she did.
toughness?
It's
Same for you. Same for Liara.
wait, but you did the martyr thing.
I did.
So what's your willpower?
5.
Oh,
I
wait,
thought-
no, it's 5 now.
So add 5 toughness.
8. Would that be body?
Yeah.
Gosh,
Body.
dang it.
10. So I take 10 points of fire damage. Oh, wait.
And that's not
That's a
dodgeable,
total.
huh?
Oh yeah, and you might catch on
then,
fire.
Yeah, now you gotta roll agility or catch fire.
I believe in you. You're
I
an
only
agile.
take 3.
Oh, crit 3.
I only take 3.
You tuck the freak back. You take 3.
Yeah.
Okay, do agility or catch fire.
Please. 27. Bam.
Liara!
Liara, can I help her?
Straight up on fire. You will on your turn. And then she took, I think it was 8 points of damage.
Freaking shit.
Freaking Shay.
She's like, because school and everything canceled, like all her work and schoolwork is going to be at home. She's like losing her mind. She's like, I'm going to be in the house all the time. And I'm like, you don't have to be. We can go outside.
That's like gold.
I
See?
agree.
That's
but
what I
Shay
would
likes to
do.
be out.
Okay.
She's the exact opposite.
Yeah, so the flame blast happens. And you hear from within, "Get back, you devil!"
Can we, before I blast, like,
You're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, we would have seen that, right?
Oh yeah, we definitely saw it.
It's like big arcing flame. It goes up like 15 feet out the crack of the door.
And did we hear him say that or no?
Did
Hearing
he yell
test.
it?
He yelled it, but you guys are far back.
Nope. I'm not even gonna roll the other one.
I guess I'll try. Nope.
Oh,
Can I just say
I would say plus 20.
there's
Oh,
freaking
then
purity
yes.
seals.
nope? I have a really bad perception. It's 28.
Okay. Yeah, you heard it.
Do you want to respond, or should I be the one that's screaming at these dummies?
Well, do I have visible purity seals or anything like?
Can't you just
Yeah.
call out
Can I
when you're
show?
firebrand?
Well,
Well,
you-
because
you-
we're wearing a suit.
Well, you've got your
That's what
environmental
I'm-
suit, which actually covers everything.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
But it's also pitch dark.
Well,
Oh, then I'm going to.
It's a good thing Liara doesn't have hair.
Smash
Uh,
it.
Do you want to try and put her out?
yes, I do.
Agility test, I guess, to pat her down.
Oh my hell.
I want to.
Oh, by the way, all 3 of your environmental suits are ruined.
Oh.
well, that's not good.
What the freak?
What the fuckins?
I want to lean up against the door and be screaming like, "Peace, peace, hold!" and hold like my lantern just barely out. Who just set me on fire?
You hear like confused voices on the other side of the door.
Where's Ashley? Can't she just be like, "What the freaking firebrand?
Ash
Big tart
was
tarts."
with me, but she didn't sign up move with us.
Everybody's
Um,
back, other than those.
Yeah, you just
Well,
hear
we're not
confused
back
voices
there
on the other
yet.
side of the door, and they're like, "Who's out there?"
We're part of Captain Aberdeen's crew. We came here to rescue an excavation team.
What took you so long? We are the team.
Oh, some of you are alive. Sweet.
You-
Sweet. Coins.
your emergency communications never reached us until recently,
Your pilot fell asleep.
or whatever he is.
He was test.
You just hear Benjamin from inside.
Okay, but maybe we shouldn't be yelling.
Did you see the demon?
No, but we
We
saw
saw what it
his handiwork. It's
Well, we've got injured in here. We need help. But also, I don't want to open this door. It's already tried to get in 3 times.
I see. Well, there's plenty of us out here. If it comes again, it can only come from a couple of directions at least.
Came from above last time.
Oh.
I instinctually look up.
Minus 50 perception test.
Gosh.
That was a 10. That's still not good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, awareness plus 20 actually gives me 60 perception. And I
Perfect.
rolled a
Wow.
10.
So yeah, you're looking up in the rafters and stuff, and you can see that there's rafters and whatever. But you also see like, yeah, there's punctures and stuff up there. But you're like really squinting and looking with your mag light, but you don't see anything alive.
I want to throw my lantern.
Oh, I have a lantern to back up.
You have spectral hands too.
Just like
Spectral.
you're ready to catch it.
Oh,
You could just
okay.
grab it and elevate it all the way up.
Oh my gosh.
And then as that's happening, hold up.
I'm scared.
As soon as that's happening, we're all gonna be pointing up. I'm still gonna tell Big Poppy to look behind.
9? Yes!
Yay!
I love it.
Just roll this part.
Don't
Don't roll yet.
stand.
Why can't she roll?
Because I want to see it.
In
I
what?
want to see the light leave your
Watching
eyes.
All the animals are gonna run. That's my favorite one.
Benjamin runs.
We are all animals.
The warp is very philosophical.
Wait, let her roll it.
Mm,
It freaks me out, making us wait this long.
that's the point. Although,
Roll.
I guess the session
You got it.
will
You got
wrap
it.
up when we get inside or something.
55.
Oh crap! I think that's the one where all our guns go off.
Well, I was aiming like that at least.
Yeah, all of us were. Well, I was aimed at the ceiling.
I need you to not be like
But
this.
my plasma weapon was like on my
Just
back.
freaking go. There we go. Oh, damn it.
Which way does it aim when it's on your back?
But if it's
But it's gonna be like
Just got a little mortar, basically.
Ah!
doesn't it depend on what you're using?
Oh, and also I think there's a range to how far that stuff goes on. So you
It
might.
depends when you roll.
Yeah, I don't know how far
Only-
back we are.
We're like 10 meters behind you guys.
We're a bit more
I
than.
think it was a little.
I don't think so.
It was,
Well,
it was probably,
because you didn't hear
yeah.
But
that
I have-
guy yelling.
I have 28 perception though.
I have 27 perception. I
Oh,
heard
And you
it.
heard it.
Hang out with elderly folk with no.
Yeah,
Hearing or
it's all the
seeing.
fighting.
That's actually
War
valid.
to that. What?
Into my good ear.
Say that to my face.
So this is actually interesting.
No, I can't.
So it's Photonic Fury
Uh-oh.
for the
Like
next
something about
D5
light?
turns, or essentially like 30 seconds.
One turn.
Right?
Oh,
It's like
I rolled a
seconds.
6. So that's.
Which
Oh no, that's
one?
4.
No, that's
it's
one.
That's a 1.
Yeah. For the next turn.
so yeah, like 10 seconds. Any light source that is in D100
Okay.
Roll both of them.
I can't remember. 49.
49 meters from the psyker intensifies 100 times.
Wow.
Streetlights, flashlights, etc. become extremely bright, and characters that look in the direction
Right.
and do not pass a perception test are blinded for the rest of their turn, which is not bad. So we don't even need to roll for that. Well, actually, yes.
Probably with
Roll.
just one roll.
I'm good.
Oh, I rolled all zeros again.
Nice.
That's
Just by one.
Wait, we need you to get one more roll.
I know.
You passed?
By one.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So nobody's blinded. Actually, this is very helpful because you are able to see like the whole of everything.
What else do we see? When we see everything.
What do our alpha eyes see?
So at this point, because you have uninhibited darkness, you can do a search at a minus 30 if you feel like it.
I got
Search? I'd have
plus
search too.
10.
Did you
Minus-
say minus
plus
30?
anything, minus 30.
That goes off perception, right?
Yeah.
Time for you to get a -2 and pass.
I'm gonna use a
No.
fate point just because I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, gosh dang
I'm
it.
feeling
It's okay.
the good vibes.
14. I do it.
I can't pass.
Okay, never mind. Not
Good
not the
vibes.
Okay. So serious question.
I do it.
I freaking don't. I don't want to end.
Cliffhangers.
But we need to if we need to. But also, with our plans for doing a long session, like I want you guys to be ready for that. And currently, we're just not getting there.
We did start kind of late today.
Yeah, I'm really sad about that. So we can do a couple things. We can just continue as normal and just meet next Thursday and then meet that Friday for our long session. Or if you guys are available like this weekend sometime, we could do another just short session.
I don't think I'm going to Moab. So I potentially could be available this weekend.
Might be able to. I might bring in someone along for it if they're feeling it. If it's a shorter one.
Caitlin?
Yeah, cool.
It's like a normal time.
It would just be a
session.
standard length.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a maybe.
You got stuff going on this weekend, Derek?
I don't think so, but I was just going to say that it looks like the 27th might not be a problem if we wanted to. Although you mentioned that you had something on the 27th.
Yeah, we have stuff on the 27th.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's coming up earlier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
it'll
don't
be
know if
fine.
the 27th.
Well,
Is the 20th still good for you all?
Yeah, the 20th is good.
The 28th,
Unless
the Saturday instead of the Friday would be possible, unless you guys were going somewhere.
Yeah, I did check with Shay.
The 28th is.
Oh, that was when we were going to go to Idaho.
yeah,
We're
but
not
that's
going
not
to
going to be the
Idaho
thing.
anymore. Yeah. But he's going to be in Mesa.
And we're probably gonna eat
Yeah.
a cup of noodles at this rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So I'm probably good for this weekend, but also if we want to, we could move it to the 28th or not.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know if the
I-
20th works.
Okay.
Shay doesn't like that on Saturday.
we might not. I don't want to spoil what I'm planning,
Yeah.
but I might have to adjust content, but that's fine. I still like the idea of doing something long. And honestly, if you want, like, we could even meet up like once a month or every month or other month for a long session. But I don't want to make it like too frequent of a thing.
Maybe every quarter.
Yeah, once a quarter.
Once a quarter or
seems
something.
Pretty solid. If
Or
we can
twice
plan.
a year.
Yeah, something like that. Just something we can
Yeah.
plan.
Once a
in advance
decade.
for.
I don't know. Something.
Once the campaign.
Yeah.
Well, we've already surpassed that then.
Okay. Well,
Wait, before you end, tell us what Josh sees.
Cliffhanger.
And you see you next time.
It's actually
Don't you dare do that. I want to know. You can if you want.
Nothing.
well, it should be nothing. But also, this is just too convenient. But also, okay.
Well, because technically, wouldn't that mean like the lantern that I lifted up
Just
is
wing.
illuminating
Yeah.
things?
And I don't unless
Yeah,
it's
no, yeah, you've got 10 seconds of nasty. That you
Oh,
can.
Nasty.
And if it, I feel like it was following us. I'm being totally honest.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was hoping we would open the freaking door.
I think it was waiting for someone not to be paying attention and someone's just going to disappear.
So yeah, you look up and there's like different, like, engravings and statues and stuff just like on the walls and pillars and there's like dead cherubim up there and whatever. And you only get a blink of it before, because the light like
Makes it.
startles it and
Yeah.
it is like gone the moment you see it.
Okay.
But what you see is similar to the silhouette profile of a Gene Stiller, but much bigger. And you see a lot of like writhing tentacles and heavy chitin plating, and the moment the light shines on it, its color changes to the bulkhead behind it, and then it runs off invisible.
It's an octopus.
It's a chameleon octopus. Well, actually, octopus do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what?
that's terrifying.
That's a scary thing.
And you get like this blink of it.
Good thing you have robot eyes.
But I can't.
She don't.
I know.
But that means that I can't. Well, so I can't sense it, anyways. Like in other instances, it just hasn't been around us.
It's probably
Or it's been
farther
far enough away.
Yeah.
Okay. Can it?
Well, and also that's really the freak up
Yeah.
there.
Can it?
The height.
We probably could not have seen it other than that.
You don't know. I'm not gonna give you too much
I
information.
don't wanna know.
I know. It's too bad.
No, I want to know.
That's fair.
I love you, but no.
Do you know what? Earlier, when you were talking about,
No.
like, you're like, oh, the Kroot eat it. I was like, holy balls, it's a Kroot.
That would actually be wild.
That would have terrified me if there was just like a
A crew warband.
Yeah, it's just.
Well, they can talk, can't they? They're like actually sentient.
I'm so sad that we're like not just continuing. It's all
Yeah,
good.
it's a
It makes
shame.
it exciting.
Yeah.
I
I like.
am okay with it. It's
So
fine.
are we meeting this weekend then?
Well, what do we
It
want?
depends on the people.
Make some talks
Yeah.
before I commit, but
I just
maybe-
wanted to see if that was like.
Here's the sad thing, because like I don't want to not include Regis, but he's also not been here
Yeah.
for this
For
encounter,
this, yeah.
and so I almost wonder if it would just make I just don't want to exclude him.
Yeah.
And we could just say he's been here the whole time,
Yeah,
and
We
that
did
would
need
be
a third person guarding the door.
we were one man short. And then I'll stick him with Benjamin. But if I do that, Benjamin's definitely going to die.
well, and he would have felt like garbage and not been able to like do much.
Yeah.
Well, what if he had been left on one of the ships?
Yeah, what if he's just like in the ship's med bay?
And
What is
we
going
sent somebody
Oh, sorry.
back
Oh, I was like,
to
okay.
get the skull to work on him.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we
you
could say
could-
we sent the skull back, and the skull was like,
Keep going.
Well,
"Give you 1,000
he's
milligrams of
he's like
adrenaline."
technically healed, but he's not rested, kind of thing. Like the
Mhm.
surgeries
He's
are
just
completed.
exhausted.
Yeah, so he's here, but maybe he is like guarding the ship kind of thing.
Maybe one of the firebrands can do the healing power, whatever it's called. That like starts with
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe God.
And we did do
I
enough.
just lit him on fire.
We did do
and he
enough
came
to
out.
do
Gosh dang it!
MVP.
I was one away.
From what?
The triple crit.
Yeah.
Oh, that
triple
would have
crit.
been so cool.
You got 2 this time?
Yeah, I got
yeah,
two.
and not just alternate crits, they're zeros.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing,
That's such a
bing.
bummer.
Who won last
Bing,
time?
bing, 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 bing.
Who did win last time?
Me.
Was it you?
Hmm.
Or are you just saying that?
It was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to spend some
I wanna
XP.
do some-
I'm trying to save. It's so hard.
What?
I want to go for 2 people. And I can...
You can vote for 2.
I'm trying to think.
But you'll have to hand me yours specifically. Because if there is a draw, yours would be the tiebreaker.
Crew are scary because they eat you. So they're like sentient aliens that like nom 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 nom.
Yeah, it's
I know
like.
what your mom looks like now. Nom 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 nom.
Oh.
Gets their memories, right?
Oh, I got like mind flayery stuff.
Yeah.
That's creepy. I'm into it.
Is that what happened when mind flayers eat you?
They have psionic powers. They can do
Oh,
brain stuff.
melt your brain.
Alright. What am I doing?
Only yours to have the map shown.
I really want Liara to not be on fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, did you...
I wasn't able to help her.
That is so funny. She's on fire and you're like, I'm gonna float this lamp.
Well, she's going to take another D5, but that ignores...
Does it ignore both armor and toughness?
I
I
think
think
it
it
ignores...
just ignores armor.
I think it ignores toughness and armor, actually.
Yeah,
I'd have to
I
look.
think it does.
It ignores.
I'm pretty sure it ignores
both?
toughness and armor.
That's disgusting.
Sure
and then
is.
because the way that the faith power works, you're adding her willpower to your toughness, so it still negates.
My willpower too.
Can you set them down?
Why?
Because Liara's on fire. She just always gets pooped on.
When sure losing, you lose D10 wounds with no reduction for armor.
Okay.
Take 1 level of fatigue each round.
Oh, so then she's
taking,
fine.
She's taking levels of fatigue. But
She's taking a level of fatigue.
You'll fatigue her to death.
What's her toughness? Oh,
I think it's
it's enough
4.
that she'll get put out.
Well, mine's added.
Oh.
Ask me about
But what happens when it gets retracted? Like,
So this is fun. You all voted for each other,
Yeah.
and
Huh.
so
Hey, we talked about this.
We did.
oh, never mind.
Come on.
I was mistaken.
Rude.
perhaps I was mistaken.
Terrigen, Machine Spirit 11th. Jasper, open the big door with a prayer and a devout heart. Joss for clutch psychic failure.
Nice. It came in clutch.
Jasper, insights into aliens and honest role playing in the scare ship. And then Jasper, a lot of in-character decisions and role playing.
You did it.
So you get 200 XP, and then everybody gets 200 XP.
Yeah.
You just get 400 total. Alright guys, so for session shifty or whatever the words are,
Are you okay?
67, we'll come back for session 68
All right, here we go,
in a
guys.
jiffy.
Oh.
In
No.
a jiffy, huh?